Keep your mother-in-law cool. Everybody will thank you. Go to DelcorInc.com or call 252-321-8868. Delcor, the service professionals.
This is James Greenleaf, the General Manager of Delcor Heating, Coolant, and Plumbing. If you've been holding off on replacing your AC unit, I urge you to make that decision now. The factories have warned all their dealers that HVAC equipment delays will get worse as demand exceeds production capabilities this summer. Don't wait until the peak of the summer heat to get your equipment replaced. Let's get your home ready now. We have great financing options available, including same as cash, no interest, and no payments for 12 months. Call Delcor at 321-8868 or visit us at DelcorInc.com. Delcor, the service professionals.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 at 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. The following is an exclusive presentation of Pirate Radio, the voice of the pirate nation. Welcome to Pirate Radio Live.
You can paint this one purple!
Now live from the Pirate Radio studios in the heart of the Pirate Nation, here is your host, Clip Brock.
Hello, fine people, and welcome into Pirate Radio Live here on a Thursday. Kind of dark outside for a Thursday at 3 o'clock, but it is bright inside the Pirate Radio studios. Clip Brock here, coming to you on Pirate Radio 92.7 FM. In Greenville, 104.1 in Washington. We're on 1250, 930. We are live on PR927FM.com, streaming there. And we are on Facebook Live and on YouTube. You can watch today's show as we have a ton of guests to get to on this Thursday. We will go out to Nashville, Tennessee. Not once, not twice, not 3 times, 4 times on today's program. Actually, one of our guests is en route to Tennessee. I'm not quite sure where he is at the moment, but by the time we talk to Chris Holba in about 30 minutes, he might be in Nashville. He is headed to watch the Pirates play. We will talk to the former Pirate pitcher who accidentally started one of the best traditions going with ECU baseball, the safety dance. He used it as his warm-up song years ago. We'll get the behind the scenes on that. Why choose such a random old song? And, of course, Chris had no idea it would become what it has at Clark LeClaire Stadium. They play it in the middle of the 5th inning, gets all the crowd jacked up and ready for Pirate baseball. And Chris Holba will join us today, talk about his career, what he's up to today, and about this current Pirate team as they look to take down Vanderbilt in the Nashville Super Regional beginning Friday at noon, less than 24 hours away. And we'll have a fun watch-along. More on that in just a moment. We will also go out to Nashville and talk to Aria Gerson. She is the beat writer for Vanderbilt baseball for the Tennessean. We'll get one final scouting report on Vandy and what they're bringing to the table. And also, you know, we are talking, and I'll bring this up with Aria in a moment. She asked a question during the Cliff Godwin Zoom earlier this week about the star power in this game. And we have focused on Kumar Rocker and Jack Leiter and the star power for Vanderbilt. Are people in Nashville talking about Gavin Williams, Connor Norby, Thomas Francisco, the star power about ECU? So we'll get into that a little bit with Aria coming up in about 10 minutes. Also joining us for the first time on Pirate Radio Live, the new softball coach for the ECU Pirates, Shane Winkler, will join us coming up at 4 o'clock. We'll talk to Shane on the Fixed NC Live line, so looking forward to our first chat with the new ECU softball coach, and we'll talk about his career coming to ECU. And Shirley, I might need the remote. Isn't it time for Game 3 of the Softball World Series, or am I making that up?
No, you are correct. As a matter of fact, it is just about ready to start.
Okay, I will. I'll put that on in the studio. We'll talk about the Softball World Series. And when Shane Winkler sees James Madison make the run they went on, do you get the feeling of why not us? That could be us. James Madison on the schedule, as Shirley mentioned, against ECU earlier this season, as Shirley saw Odyssey in that group in person. So we'll talk to Shane Winkler coming up at 4 o'clock. The big man on campus, Jeff Nadu. We'll talk some NBA playoffs and Euro What is Euro soccer? Well, we'll find out. And he's got some plays for you coming up in the 4 o'clock hour. 5 o'clock hour, 2 trips out to Nashville. We'll talk to Corey Gloor, the play-by-play voice of the ECU Baseball Pirates, and Stephen Igoe from Hoist the Colors. They'll join us live from Vandy Dandy. Thank you, Chandler. Chandy Daddy. Chandler, a.k.a. Johnny, helped out earlier today. Did a great job producing along with the big dog, Glenn Griffin, on Pirate Radio Trivia. We have a new episode out, first time ever. We have recorded in the studio. So we had our contestants, Pat and Chad, in the Pirate Radio studios. We recorded that a couple hours ago. It is now available for you to watch right now on YouTube and Facebook Live. Check it out. Pirate Radio Trivia presented by White Claw Hard Seltzer. And also the winner received A.J. McMurphy's gift card along with the 12-pack of White Claw. So check that out right now on Pirate Radio's Facebook page or on YouTube. All right, so there's the guests. Aria Gerson, Chris Holba, Shane Winkler, Big Man on Campus, Corey Gloor, Stephen Igoe. We also have Shirley Rhodes here, Chandler Honeycutt's here, and Glenn Griffin is on the video right now, which tells me that things might not be going great. Oh, we're going great. We're on. Okay, good. Good news. Good to hear. I associate Glenn with like issues happening if he's having to fix things, but we're good to go on Facebook and on YouTube. All right, Shirley, let's do we have any news of the day on the Shirley Rhodes news desk?
Honestly, I hadn't had a chance to really dive deep into our minor league report. However, Alec Burleson hit a mammoth shot last night. If you haven't seen it, just go to our social media because we have the video of it. It landed on the roof of their hitting facility, which is just beyond the center field wall in Springfield. So that was quite interesting to see how far that ball went because it was an absolute moonshot. So congratulations to Alec Burleson. If he keeps swinging the bat like that, it's not going to be too much longer before he gets, I think, the call to the big leagues. So,
I wonder how quickly they would call them up to AAA. Like they tend to do these things slow, and
yeah.
Maybe it will be this year, and once you get to AAA, all bets are off. They could call you right up to the big leagues. But his rise has been incredible, and he just continues to drop bombs. Like it's unbelievable to see those updates each and every night of Burley. And yeah, like you said, last night's was a mammoth shot.
Yeah, it was absolute mammoth shot. Springfield ended up winning that game. That was a 2-run home run, by the way, that he hit. Dwanye Williams-Sutton hit a triple last night. And I don't have all of the stats because I just had not had time today to write everything down like I normally do. But I'll get you updated tomorrow. And probably the big news that came out, and this came out last night, actually.
Yeah, I was about to get this.
Yeah, C.J. Wilson, of course, Pirate great and former Green Bay Packers Super Bowl champion. He has joined the North Pitt High School football staff, and he will be an assistant coach. So
great player and also one of the best guys ever. Like he's one of those gentle giants.
Oh yeah,
like it was really fun to talk to because he was a great dude and still is. And we'll get him on the show at some point and talk about his new role at North Pitt, joining Coach Watford's staff. And man, if I was a high school football player, I would love to talk to a Pirate legend and get instruction from an NFL player like C.J. Wilson. So that's a big get for Ryan Meadows, the folks out at North Pitt High School.
And correct me if I'm wrong, because I may have him confused with Quentin Cotton, but didn't C.J. play the piano as well?
Yes.
Okay.
He is a piano player.
Okay. I could not remember if it was Quentin or if it was CJ that played the piano. I remember Jeff Charles telling me about that he's quite an accomplished piano player.
Tickling the ivories, I believe, from his his church days growing up.
Yeah.
So
Bellhaven native.
Congrats to CJ Wilson there. That was awesome to see that news come out last night.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, Game 3 of the national championship between Florida State and Oklahoma in women's softball. The game is just underway as we speak.
I knew it was at 3 today, Shirley, because I saw an ECU softball player bitching about it last night, that why are you playing Game 3 at 3 o'clock on a Thursday afternoon, and I completely agree.
I agree.
In prime time.
Absolutely.
I know the ESPN has the NBA Bucks and Nets tonight on ESPN. Throw it on ESPN2 or ESPNU. It should be somewhere at 7 o'clock tonight, not 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
I completely agree because I feel like a game like this, as big as of the series as it's been between these two teams, I mean, Oklahoma had to battle their way out of the losers bracket just to be able to get to the national championship game. And so these two teams have been going back and forth. It has been a fun series to watch. And, like I said, it is now game 3. This is the winner-take-all game. So hopefully we'll see another great game coming up. But I agree with you. I think this should be a primetime matchup. The only other thing that I can think of is if there's a potential baseball somewhere. That's the only thing I can think of. Otherwise, there's really no excuse this game is being played at 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah, I don't know what's coming up tonight. The College World Series, Baseball College World Series played in Omaha, Nebraska. Softball, Shirley, where is the Women's College World Series played?
Oh, it is in... I want to say it is in Oklahoma.
That is correct. Well done, Shirley Rhodes. Oklahoma City, Oklahoma.
Yeah, I thought it was in Oklahoma because the Sooners have had pretty much a home crowd.
And every year is like, and this year, Oklahoma State and Oklahoma, part of it. They just stay home and ride a few minutes across town and play softball.
It must be nice to be able to play in a College World Series and sleep in your own bed.
Florida State at the plate right now. It is scoreless, but Florida State with a gapper there, a double.
Yep.
So we will keep you posted on that. We'll watch some softball here in the Pirate Radio studios. We'll be watching baseball Saturday at noon. But before that, we'll be watching baseball Friday at noon. I don't know why I jumped to Saturday.
What day are you on?
We'll be watching baseball both of those days at noon. But on Friday at noon, myself, Chandler, who knows, maybe some more folks will be here in the Pirate Radio studios.
I might pop in for a little while.
We'll do a watch-along for ECU and Vanderbilt. We will have some Familia pizza and wings. So, Ellerby asked if we wanted to do a watch-along. I said, will there be Familia? He said yes, and I said, I'm in. It doesn't take much, and that's exactly what the doctor ordered there. So we'll be eating some awesome food, courtesy of Familia, and watching the Pirates play Vanderbilt. So you can have a second screen experience. Join us on Facebook Live or YouTube. Chime in, watch the game with us. We'll have a good time. Maybe have some giveaways as well. We'll see if Ellerby has some things we can throw away to our Pirate Radio listeners and viewers, whether it be gift cards, T-shirts, something. I'm sure we got some we can give away.
And speaking of Familia, that is what our prize is going to be in the booty bag coming up in the 5 o'clock hour.
Awesome. A $40 gift card.
Yep.
Correct?
Courtesy of Familia.
Good stuff right there on Fire Tower Road in Winterville-ish, Greenville-ish, right around there by Pitt Community College. You know where it is. We got to take a break because we have to talk some Vanderbilt baseball and Pirate baseball with Aria Gerson. She is the beat writer for Vanderbilt baseball for the Tennessean. We will get our final scouting report on Vanderbilt, get her thoughts on the Pirates, and what the talk is around Nashville for this Super Regional, which begins Friday at noon o'clock. We'll do that when we return on Pirate Radio Live after this.
Hey Pirate fans, this is Cliff Godwin. Summer is here and I want to invite your son to attend Cliff Godwin Youth Camps. We will offer 3 sessions the weeks of June 28th, July 12th, and July 26th. All camps will be held at Clark LeClaire Stadium and campers will get baseball instruction from members of the 2021 ECU baseball team. Campers will also play games and each camp ends with our famous Pirate Slip and Slide. Full day and half day sessions are offered. For more information, visit cliffgodwinbaseballcamp.com. See you there. Go Pirates.
Your power's out. There's a water leak. What do? For these and other utility-related emergencies, you need service, and you want it fast. There are two things you can do to get the quickest response if you're a GUC customer. First, you can call the hotline at 1-855-767-2482 and report any utility-related emergency. That number is also on GUC.com. Or second, you can give GUC your phone number. The hotline process is quickest when their account records have your current phone number. Service you can count on. Greenville Utilities.
In studio today with Tony Edwards from AG Home Solutions. And Tony, you love to help people remodel spaces or even do new construction.
We do, and we also can help people find financing when they want to do projects like this. And so we partner with folks like Joey Barrow with Annie Mac Mortgage.
And Joey's in studio with us as well. And Joey, people have a lot of financing questions to be able to help reach the home of their dreams, whether it's remodel or new construction.
No matter how large or small the project may be, we have options for you. Even if you have credit concerns, we provide guidance to help you get the home of your dream or turn the home that you currently have into the home of your dream.
Joey, how can folks get up with you?
You can call us today at 917-8400, or you can go to our website at greenville.annie-mac.com.
And Tony, what about if people have renovation questions? How can they get up with AG Home Solutions?
You can contact us at 947-2526 or check out our website at aghomesolutions.com.
Thanks again to Tony Edwards from AG Home Solutions and Joey Barrow from Annie Mac Mortgage joining us today.
For years, Callie Ann Phelps has been singing about Phelps Chevrolet.
Phelps Chevrolet is the one for you. Low prices, service too. See the big dealer right away. Carolina's finest, Phelps Chevrolet.
And you'll agree with what Skylar Phelps has to say.
Nobody beats Phelps Chevrolet's prices. Nobody.
The name you can depend on. Phelps Chevrolet.
Get you one.
Find new roads with Chevrolet. Then come find yours at Phelps Chevrolet in Greenville.
Although innovative new resources such as digital media and social networks have grown in popularity, smart marketers recognize that printing is a mainstay.
We live in an age of computer hacking, scams, and fly-by-night businesses, so it's reassuring to consumers when they receive printed marketing pieces.
It exemplifies business confidence and conveys a high level of commitment.
It also fosters trust, which leads to engagement and ultimately brand loyalty.
When you're ready to grow your business, come to PIP, where business goes to grow.
Great food, great atmosphere, and great service is Ottavola Market Cafe. Ottavola is simply a restaurant that focuses on that, being a great restaurant. There's something for everyone at Ottavola. The menu offers a variety of great choices like pastas, pizzas, sandwiches, soups, salads, and seasonal rotating selections. Lunch or dinner, Ottavola is always the right call. Call ahead and get Ottavola to go, or stop by the bar for a drink with friends. It's simple. Come and eat at Ottavola Market Cafe, Red Banks Road next to Food Lion, and OttavolaMarket.com. Ottavola, pirates supporting pirates.
I'm Michael Vaughn with East Coast Grading and Utilities. Many of you know my dad, David Vaughn, and his work in putting in subdivisions all over Pirate Nation. But East Coast Grading and Utilities is not just for those type of big jobs. We're here for the homeowners. Whether it's concrete, driveways, hauling rock, or sand, whatever you need, East Coast Grading and Utilities can get the job done. Call us at 252-531-7494 or check us out on Facebook at East Coast Grading and Utilities.
This is Brian Bailey, host of The Brian Bailey Show, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. University PC Care has been Pirate Nation's go-to IT expert since 2006. They are the local tech support experts for any of your business needs. Let University PC Care take care of it so you can take care of business. Visit universitypccare.com to learn more today. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Rock.
All right, back with you on a Thursday edition of Pirate Radio Live. Coming up in just a little bit, we'll talk to former ECU pitcher Chris Holba, now a part of the Cardinals organization. We'll talk about what he is up to these days, and he's actually heading to Nashville to watch the Pirates take on Vanderbilt coming up. We'll make a couple more trips out to Nashville. Corey Gloor, play-by-play voice of ECU Baseball, joins us at 5:05. Stephen Igoe hoists the colors around 5:30. We had a question on Facebook Live Shirley, and that question came from Ross. Will the weather play a factor tomorrow? Looks like rain and thunderstorms.
I don't care about the weather. I can't control the weather. Don't want to talk about the weather.
Thank you, Cliff Godwin. Although we will talk about the weather and more with our next guest. In fact, we'll start there as Aria Gerson joins us on the Fixed NC Live line. She is the beat writer for Vanderbilt baseball for the Tennessee, and you can follow her on Twitter to get some last-minute scouting reports done on Vanderbilt at ARIA_GERSON. Aria, thank you so much for your time. How you doing today?
I'm doing well.
What is the weather situation out there in Nashville? We're going to get this game underway Friday at noon.
Looking at the forecast tomorrow, it looks like there is about 40 to 50% of chance of rain all afternoon, but sometimes, that might mean it might rain earlier, it might rain later, so I'm hoping that we can get it in. They played through rain. They played through rain in the SEC tournament. They played through rain in the regional. So I think it won't be a huge problem unless there's lightning or it's like really, really raining.
Yeah, and we had that situation here in Greenville pop up on Sunday, literally out of nowhere, which delayed ECU Maryland, but they were able to get that one in Sunday night. So we're accustomed to the rain and playing around the weather, and hopefully we'll get these games in coming up. Starting Friday at noon, it'll be 11 a.m. There in the Central Time Zone, and Aria, with Rocker and Leiter and even Williams and Norby, and you brought up the star power to Cliff Godwin earlier this week via Zoom. I thought that maybe this game would get a better time slot. I know the folks in Nashville were thinking and hoping for the same, right?
Yeah, I think it just has to do with what some of the other matchups are. I think when you have an all SEC matchup with LSU and they are playing Tennessee, I think that is a huge TV market, so that they got one of the primetime slots. I think, you have Notre Dame, they are always a big TV draw. So I think that's probably just what ended up happening with the TV schedule. I know Cliff Godwin said he expected a night game.
Yeah.
I don't know what Tim Corbin was thinking, but the upside to that is that both East Carolina and Vanderbilt did play very late games in the regionals that ended at like 1 o'clock in the morning, and so with the early games you won't have that. But yeah, I think it just has to do with some of the other matchups that ended up happening that weren't necessarily teams that weren't necessarily expected to make the super regionals.
Aria Gerson joining us on the Fixed NC Live line from the Tennessee, and she covers Vanderbilt baseball. And once again, Aria, on your question to Cliff Godwin the other day about the star power, we have talked a lot, obviously, about Rocker and Leiter and, Isaiah Thomas, the guys from Vanderbilt this week here in Greenville. How much, if any, is Gavin Williams and Connor Norby and Thomas Francisco, the star power that ECU brings to the table, being discussed by Coach Corbin, the players, the media, the fans there in Nashville? How familiar is Vanderbilt of East Carolina and the talent they bring into this game?
Right. I think that Tim Corbin is not overlooking East Carolina at all. Cliff Godwin used to work for Corbin at Vanderbilt back in 2004, 2005. And I think that Tim Corbin is very aware. He called Gavin Williams yesterday. He said, he looks like Paul Bunyan and he throws 97. So he refused to call East Carolina the underdogs. He, is very aware that East Carolina is a great team. They have some really great players. And so, I think that they recognize that this is a worthy matchup, and that just because, Vanderbilt won the national championship in 2019, but Corbin keeps stressing, this is a very different team. Really the only player that played on that team was Kumar Rocker, and so, I don't think that they're overlooking East Carolina up here. I think they realize that this is a really good team that they're facing.
Aria, we talked to Kevin Ingram yesterday, play-by-play voice for Vandy Baseball, about the similarities and differences between Rocker and Leiter. And how about, in your opinion, they are both amazing pitchers. They're both going to go top 10, potentially top 5 in the Major League Baseball draft. But what separates them? How are they different dominant pitchers, if anything? What would the answer to that be, in your opinion?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think Leiter has, slightly better stats this year. He has racked up tons of strikeouts, tons of, he threw a no-hitter this year. And so Kumar Rocker has been just a little bit slightly less dominant in terms of, he's allowed a few more hits. He has a slightly higher ERA. He's had a few more wild pitches and things like that. But yeah, I mean, I think that they obviously are both very good pitchers, but I think the other thing that's the difference between them is really just experience. Kumar Rocker has tons of postseason experience. He played on a team that won the national championship, and he threw a no-hitter in the Super Regionals, as I'm sure everybody remembers, in 2019, a 19-strikeout no-hitter. Now, Jack Leiter is great, but he's never pitched in the postseason before because last season was canceled, and he's only a sophomore. And he's done really well so far, as he did well in the SEC tournament, and he did well in regionals. But Kumar Rocker really has that experience that Leiter doesn't have.
Talking to Aria Gerson here on Pirate Radio Live. She joins us live from Nashville as ECU and Vanderbilt set to get underway at noon on Friday. Game 2 noon. Game 3, if necessary, will be Sunday at 3 o'clock. Might as well ask you about the Whistler while you're here, Aria, because that is getting a lot of headlines here in Greenville, North Carolina. I'm curious, are even Vanderbilt fans annoyed by this, or is it, it's part of their family? It's what they are. Tell us your opinion on that.
Yeah, I mean, I think that most fans, if they are annoyed by the Whistler, they usually don't admit that. I obviously can't speak for anybody whether they're annoyed by it or not, but I think that it definitely does, with fans not allowed for so much of the year, I think that, when full capacity was allowed at Hawkins Field and the Whistler is back and people are clapping along with the Whistler, and I think people are just really glad to have that kind of environment back.
Yeah.
Just because, I think people have learned to not take that for granted.
Yeah, that's a good point. And ECU fans have bought up all the allotment of tickets that they were allowed. So there's going to be a lot of purple and gold in the seats coming up on Friday. Should be a big-time atmosphere, great atmosphere for these games, Aria.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. The Super Regional is sold out, and they're only selling standing room only tickets now, and so I definitely think they're going to fill up Hawkins, and it's kind of an intimate ballpark there, so I'm definitely expecting the fans to be very loud like they were during regionals.
Aria, before we let you go, I cannot wait to see this pitching matchup, Rocker Williams, coming up on Friday. Who are in your opinion, the 2 or 3 guys to watch in the Vanderbilt lineup that really make it go? Who do we need to keep an eye on Friday from a hitting perspective?
Right. First and foremost, I think Enrique Bradfield, he is Vanderbilt's leadoff hitter. He has an on-base percentage of .475. He can get a hit, he can walk, he gets hit by pitches. And once he's on base, he will steal on you. During the regionals, Georgia Tech and Presbyterian tried to pick him off at first base. It did not work. He would steal second, he'd steal third. So I think that on the base pass, that's something East Carolina needs to watch out for, is if he gets on base, he can manufacture runs all by himself, and he did in the regional. And then Dominic Keegan is probably Vanderbilt's best hitter all around. He is hitting .374. He hits a bunch of home runs. And he's had some really big hits throughout the postseason. And so I think he's really one to keep an eye on as well. And then Troy Leneve is somebody who just now started. He just started really making his way into lineup the past few weeks, the past month or two of the season. And he has been very good. He's shown a ton of power. And he's had 6 home runs so far, and he's just had some really big hits throughout the SEC tournament, throughout the postseason. And so if he makes his way into the lineup, he's become a regular starter over the end of the season, and he's somebody that other teams might not be as familiar with, but he can be a real threat in that lineup as well.
Aria, great information today. We appreciate your time here on Pirate Radio Live, giving the Vanderbilt perspective of this game. For folks that want to do a little more reading on this Commodores team, where can they go to see your work?
Yeah, you can see my work at Tennessean.com, that being TENNESSEAN.com.
Good deal, and we will check that out. Aria, thank you so much for joining us, and if ECU and Vandy get together in baseball again, or in hoops or football, we'll get you back on the show. We appreciate your time today.
Yeah, thank you so much.
All right, there is Aria Gerson joining us on the Fixed NC Live line with a Vanderbilt scouting report. And they can do it on the mound. They can do it at the dish, but so can the Pirates. Going to be a fun showdown coming up Friday at noon. We'll be hanging out here in the Pirate Radio studio, so have the game on your TV, have us on your laptop, and talk along with us. Hey, you can call in. You can be part of our party, our watch-along party coming up Friday at noon here inside the Pirate Radio studios. Chan, myself, Softball Shirley, potentially others will be a part of that. So tune into that coming up Friday at noon. And, of course, we'll be with you Friday at 3 on Pirate Radio Live, probably while the game's going on. So we'll have kind of an extended watch-along there. Mike Mullis set to join us Friday at 3 o'clock. Former Pirate Brandon Manning will join us in the 5 o'clock hour. We'll go out live to Nashville. We got a lot coming up on Friday's edition of Pirate Radio Live, and even before that, Friday at noon on our ECU Baseball Watch-Along. All right, let's get a break in. We'll come back. When we return, we'll talk to former Pirate pitcher and the reason we all act like nut jobs in the middle of the fifth inning and clap our hands above our heads. The inventor of the safety dance tradition at ECU, Chris Holba, will join us on the Fixed NC Live line. That's on the way when we return on Pirate Radio Live here on a Thursday. Back with you after this.
Save lives, be a hero, and make $1,000 your very first month donating plasma at Grifols Biomat USA. At Grifols, it adds up fast. New donors can earn up to $1,000 in your very first month. It's the easiest way to make extra money. Start now at Biomat USA, 505 South Memorial Drive, Greenville. Find your donor center at grifolsplasma.com. Make up to $1,000 in a month and save lives now at Grifols Biomat USA. A better donor experience and better pay.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Gray Williams from the Pitt County Pirate Club, inviting you to join us on Saturday, June 19th for our first annual Cornhole Tournament presented by Miller Lite. There will be 2 divisions to compete in, the Advanced and the Competitive. Each division will have a doubles and a singles bracket. The total payout for the tournament will be $4,800. Hurry, space is limited. Sign up today by going to Eventbrite and searching Pitt County Pirate Club Cornhole Tournament or finding us on Facebook. Go Pirates!
Weekends are made for AJ McMurphy's. Start your Sunday fun day at AJ's. AJ's is now serving brunch from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. and a build-your-own Bloody Mary bar. Enjoy your weekend with live music on Friday night and Saturday night with no cover charge. And you can catch all of the MLB and ECU baseball action on AJ's TVs. See you this weekend at AJ McMurphy's, Turnberry Square at Bell's Fork, and on Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat.
White Claw Hard Seltzer. A wave of refreshment. Crafted using our unique Brew Pure process. Made pure. Nothing tastes like White Claw Hard Seltzer.
White Claw Hard Seltzer. Available in 5 fruit flavors, 2 grams of carbs, gluten-free, and 100 calories. Find it at whiteclaw.com. White Claw Hard Seltzer. Nothing tastes quite like it. Proudly distributed by Coastal Beverage. Please drink responsibly.
At US Cellular, we see our customers as more than just customers. They're neighbors. When you switch to US Cellular, you can get the new Samsung Galaxy S21 5G for free with no hidden requirements. As a neighbor, you deserve it. U.S. Cellular, America's locally grown wireless. Terms apply. See uscellular.com for details.
This is Brandon Tate, owner and operator of Atlantic Wireless, an authorized agent for U.S. Cellular since 1997. Visit AtlanticWireless.com to find the store near you. We go beyond the call.
You can paint these peaches purple.
Classic sports moments never get old, and neither does classic food from CPW's. CPW's classic menu is back with all of your favorites like tortellini CPW's, Cajun chicken and pasta, classic lasagna, the garbage pizza, the stromboli, calzone, Atlantic salmon, the Cajun fried shrimp wrap, and more. Start every meal off with your favorite beverage and CPW's fresh baked bread and garlic butter. CPW's, serving classics in Greenville since 1995. Stanton Square near the hospital.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is proud ECU graduate and former baseball player Brandon Manning inviting you to join my team at Farm Bureau Insurance. Right now is a good time to review your coverage with a local trusted agent like me. I will make myself available before or after business hours, and my clients always have my cell phone number if they need anything. From home, auto, or life, give me a call today and let's talk about your insurance coverage and about the Pirates. Call 531-1812 and go Pirates!
Warren's Hot Dog Pizza, homemade lemonade.
Hey Pirate Nation, Warren's Hot Dogs 2 locations are open for business in Greenville and Chocowinity. Both locations have drive-through windows, so stop by today for hot dogs, pizzas, subs, apple and peach turnovers, homemade lemonade, and breakfast in Chocowinity, featuring homemade cheese, ham, and chicken biscuits, plus sausage dogs and more. Warren's in Greenville across from Ron Ayers Motorsports and in Chocowinity next to the fire department. Warren's Hot Dogs. Want some? Get some.
This is Brian Packard, ECU former baseballer. You're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Domino's of Greenville has 3 locations to take care of you. Take advantage of the week-long carry-out deal of all 3 topping pizzas for only $7.99. Order online today at domino's.com. And Cliff, as we head back into the show, Brett McMurphy just tweeted out a few minutes ago that pending approval, and he says it will likely be approved, the college football playoffs are headed to 12 teams. The earliest start would be after the 2023 regular season, according to his sources. And because of the impact of the expanded playoff, expect anywhere from 4 to 10 bowls to be eliminated by 2023.
There's a lot to dissect with this, and we will do it when we do not have a guest. So at the probably tail end of this hour, the tail end of hour number 4, we'll talk about it with Igoe too. But this could be great news for East Carolina, the American, an opportunity to have a seat at the table. And we'll kind of dissect everything that comes along with it in a little bit. But right now...
So there would be no 40 bowls in 14 days.
That is the really sad part of all this. Yes, you're right about that. But right now, we need to head out to the Fixed NC Live line and talk to a former Pirate pitcher. And we'll find out what he's up to today. He is Chris Holba. He used the safety dance as his walk-up song, his warm-up song. We will, of course, discuss that and a lot more right now with the former Pirate righty. Chris, thanks for your time. How you doing today?
Doing great. Thanks for having me on.
Yes, sir. Thank you for joining us. We've been able to catch up with a lot of former Pirates here in the last few weeks, talk about their memories of playing in big-time postseason baseball, and we'll do that with you as well, Chris. But first, catch us up on what you're up to today. What's going on in the life of Chris Holba?
Well, fortunately, I had season-ending injury. I had an elbow injury 2 years ago. It just didn't hold up, so I hurt it again this spring training. So I had Tommy John surgery a month ago. So I'm just, for my preliminary start on my rehab, I'm hanging out with my parents while I'm transitioning somewhere else. But right now I'm actually pulled off on the side of the road. I'm on my way up to Nashville, so I'm going to meet up with some of my buddies there, and I'll be there for the Super Regional.
That's awesome, Chris. What other former Pirate players are going to be there in Nashville to see the Pirates?
Not exactly sure who's going to be there. I know a lot of guys are still playing ball. Riding up with Wiley Jackson, our former student assistant.
Okay, great.
Him in Charlotte, and then making the trek out west.
We talked to Jake Agnos last week, and we talked to Alec Burleson a few weeks prior to that, and he said at the time that both you and Jake had undergone Tommy John surgery and were rehabbing and potentially maybe getting together in Florida. Have you ran across Jake here lately?
Yeah, I've been talking to him last few weeks. So he's down at Cressy Sports Performance in West Palm, kind of near our spring training facility in Jupiter. So kind of coordinate that with him, and it might be going down there in a few weeks.
And Chris, is the goal to get back healthy and continue on with baseball next year for you?
Yep. So that was something I spoke about with my parents, because whether I was going to do the surgery or not, and I talked with Coach Gowan, and didn't have to take too much thought, but I don't want my career to go out on an injury. I wanted to go on my terms, so I'm going to go through the whole of the rehab and give it my best shot next year and see what happens. And Chris, are you still with the Cardinals organization? Yes. Okay. And then you've been joined now by, of course, Evan Krasinski there. And how about Alec Burleson, what he's been able to do moving up from high A to double A in such a short period of time? He hit another dinger last night. He was the Cardinals minor league player of the month there. He's playing some great baseball right now for that organization. Yeah, it's been awesome to see both those guys, all the success they've had, especially Burleson. I mean, he's tore it up this year, so hopefully he can continue that. We all got to see what he can do in Greenville, so it's cool to see him translating that and doing that at the next level. Talking to Chris Holba, former ECU pitcher, joining us. Chris, we've talked to you about this in the past. Let's rehash it because it's pretty incredible. I wish you were able to be in Greenville for a game at Clark LeClaire and see the excitement people have when the safety dance comes on in the middle of the fifth inning every home game. So you use that as a warm-up song. First of all, why did you choose that song, Chris? What made you go all the way back in time and pull that one out? Yeah, some guys, they go the more kind of serious route with a rap song or country or something, but that's a little more my personality. So I didn't think it was going to take off like it did, but it's cool to see that little nugget get left behind. Yeah, there's no chance you ever thought it would catch on like it did. It kind of started there while you were warming up. The Pirate players would come out of the dugout, do the hand clap over the head, and then the fans started doing it. And then once you were gone, it turned into a tradition for ECU baseball. I'm sure you've seen video, Chris, and all the fans doing it in the fifth inning. That's pretty cool, isn't it? Yeah, definitely. I think when I picked it, Jake Washer threw out the idea that he was going to do it. I didn't think he was actually going to do it, and then I could see it out of the corner of my eye when I would be warming up. It's cool to see. It's cool to see the whole stadium doing it now, definitely. Speaking of Jake Washer, we had we had Spencer Brickhouse on earlier this week, was talking to him about all the guys playing minor league baseball right now. And Washer, in a span of a month, had pitched a scoreless inning. He's a catcher, went in to pitched the scoreless inning, and then was right in the middle of a brawl. And I know Spencer and Jake and a bunch of guys have said they didn't know Washer had that brawl mentality in him. But did you see video of that, Chris? And what were your thoughts on that? Yeah, I did. He sent it in our group chat. It was really, I mean, he's a bigger guy, so no one ever messed with him. But it was cool to see. He's not taking anything from anybody and sticking up for his guys. So that was pretty funny to see. Yeah, he was right there in the middle of everything. It was actually against Dwanye Williams-Sutton's team, which was even more interesting. And that just goes to show the amount of former Pirates that are in minor league baseball right now, Chris. Everywhere you look, and our producer Shirley Rhodes does a great job of keeping everybody up to date on how these minor leaguers are doing. But man, you got guys spread all over the country that are former Pirates, and just shows what kind of program Cliff Godwin's had here. Yeah, definitely. We talk about it when we first got to campus, doing what we can to leave the program in a better place than we found it, and then, move on to other steps in your career. But it's cool to see. It's fun to follow along, even while I'm hurt, just to track how everyone's doing. And like you said, there's plenty of Pirates playing all over the country.
Chris, we were able to have a fantastic weekend with the fans back at Clark LeClaire Stadium. It was rocking and rolling, and ECU was able to sweep their way through the Greenville Regional. It wasn't easy. They had to come back to beat Norfolk State, Charlotte, and then hung on to a lead against Maryland, but they go 3-0 in a regional. What do you kind of remember about those pressure situations when you're in postseason baseball like that, and the crowd is amped up, your nerves got to be amped up a little bit? So what do you remember about that as a Pirate player pitching in those moments?
Well, it's definitely easier when it's your own fans. I remember that being pitching in the Super Regional my freshman year at Texas Tech, and that was my first kind of experience in a real postseason environment. And it's just huge to continue to host regionals, and we'll get to a point where we're hosting Super Regionals. The last two hosts, I didn't think we were very far off, especially in 19. But yeah, it's a lot easier when you're loud for you.
No doubt about that. Talking to Chris Holba today on the Fixed NC Live Line. And Chris, we had a moment in a game on Friday where a ball was sharply hit back to Carson Wisenhunt, and Cliff Godwin actually brought it up when we talked to him earlier this week, that it reminded him of the situation where you got hit with the ball and unfortunately had to miss a lot of time. And I remember talking, back then to you about how you kind of had to get over the mental aspect almost more than the physical, but you would wear the mask and pitch. And is that like long in the rear view now? Do you even think about that anymore? Or is that something still in the back of the mind when you're pitching?
Yeah, I try to. I mean, I've been got other injuries on my plate.
True. Yeah.
So it's been on the back burner. But no, I saw that one. It was way too close.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's just the nature of the game, and something you kind of have to accept. There's no hide from it when you're on the bump throwing against guys. So I think he'll bounce back fine and pitch well this weekend.
Yeah, you were able to bounce back. We think Carson will as well. And you mentioned the other injuries, Chris, and you got to have a good head on your shoulders, right? When you're dealing with the injuries you are and the injuries that athletes go through, you gotta. I'm assuming have a good support system and have a good head on your shoulders to get through all that stuff.
Yep, and it's something we talk about at ECU is our confidence can't come from results because you'll just ride the waves and inconsistencies within this game. So I've really tried to apply that in my last 2 years, being out with injuries, and my confidence can't come from playing because I haven't had that opportunity. So it's got to come from somewhere else, and that's my preparation, and that's just kind of what I've honed in on the last 2 years.
Chris Holba joining us. Chris, according to your old ECU bio, your major was economics. So once you're done playing baseball, do you plan to stay in the game, coaching, scouting, doing something with that, or are you going to use that degree that you got at ECU? What are your long-term plans, Chris?
I haven't crossed that bridge yet. Something I do like athletics a lot. Maybe something in the front office or coaching. I haven't really given that too much thought, but like I said, I'll cross that bridge when that time comes.
Yeah. And Chris, don't want to put you in a Garrett Cole situation here, but it seems like a popular topic amongst Major League Baseball. What is it called? Spider tack, and the stuff the pitchers use on the baseball. And I saw Mike Schilt, the Cardinals manager, come out and say, "You're going to make our guy, change his hat." But what about the guy in the other dugout? And baseball's having trouble right now trying to police these things. How much does that kind of stuff go on in minor league baseball? I mean, everybody's looking for an edge, and everybody is looking to kind of toe the line when it comes to maybe using a substance or putting something on their hat. So I don't know, how much do you see that going on at the minor league level?
So my first 2 years, you see it now and then. This year, leading into it, we had gotten a statement from the league saying that they were going to crack down on it, that they were going to sample random balls throughout the game. So I think that scared a lot of people because it is an advantage. It's not that much of an advantage. It's not worth having to deal with that. So I saw a lot of guys cut that out, especially in the off-season training, getting used to getting back to just throwing a ball straight up.
And Chris, you played baseball for a long time now, and at the college and the professional level. How much? And maybe you're too young to have a full answer on this, but have you noticed the change with hitters with the launch angle? And it seems like guys are either striking out or hitting home runs these days. There's not a lot of backside hitting and things like that. It still goes on, but not as much as it did. Do you notice things like that as a pitcher when you go through film and when you are pitching against hitters?
Yeah, I think it's a product of better technology and with sabermetrics, and we just know so much more. We have so much more data at our disposal. So some guys, I wouldn't say everybody, but you see a larger percentage of guys selling out to a certain approach, a certain swing. So I think that's accounted for part of it. And then I think you get into them changing the balls and that sort of stuff. But how you can quantify the difference of that, I'm not sure. But it's definitely been a noticeable change, especially in the last 3 years.
Chris Holba joining us. Chris, you got to be excited about the pitching matchup you'll be watching in Nashville with Carson Wisenhunt. He'll be going on Saturday against Jack Leiter. And how about Friday, the headliner, Kumar Rocker, taking on Gavin Williams, ace versus ace. And as a pitcher, you got to like what you're going to see coming up on Friday.
Yeah, definitely. And it's going to be an exciting matchup to watch. Seeing our big horse go, I know we got a whole lot of faith. We've gotten to watch him all year. So it's been awesome. He's another guy that battled injuries a little bit early in his career, and it's so nice to see Gavin finally be healthy for an extended period of time and show him what we all knew that he was capable of doing.
Chris Holba joining us. He has been fantastic this year and hopefully can have a great start for the Pirates coming up Friday at noon as they take on Vanderbilt. Chris, we'll let you get back on the road and head to Nashville, man. We appreciate a few minutes of your time today and catching up with you. We wish you nothing but the best of luck moving forward. Hope you heal up, and can't wait to see you back on the mound again.
Sounds good, Cliff. Thanks for having me on. Appreciate it.
Thank you. There is Chris Holba, former ECU pitcher, now in the Cardinals organization. And Shirley, I know you've been kind of asking, well, where is Chris Holba? Well, there's your answer. He is on the shelf, had an injury in his previous season, had re-injured this year, Tommy John surgery, but he has not given up yet, and the Cardinals not giving up on him. He is part of the Cardinals organization and will try to rehab and come back in 2022. All right, we will get a break in. We will come back, wrap up hour number one, talk more about this college football playoff news, which, quite frankly, would be huge for ECU, teams in the American, teams that have not had a seat at the table. We'll give you the who, what, when, where, why, the bullet points on the proposal when we return on Pirate Radio Live. Back with you after this.
Chico's Mexican Restaurant is the home of the best margaritas. Grab your amigos and head to Chico's every Tuesday for the Gulp of Mexico, a huge 46-ounce lime margarita for only $6.99. On Thursdays, relax and enjoy half-price pitchers of Chico's house margaritas. Choose from lime, strawberry, blood orange, raspberry, or peach.
For Mexican food and fun, it's got to be Chico's in downtown Greenville, and now available through DoorDash, featuring a half-gallon of the famous margarita mix to go for only $9.99. Chico's, where the fiesta never ends.
I can't think of anyone who doesn't love a clean car, but how often do you actually go to the car wash? Does it take too long, or maybe it's just not a very nice place? Tommy's Express changes everything. Our wash is bright, inviting, clean, and fast.
I love the flat conveyor belt. So easy to pull onto, much smoother ride, and safer for my car.
And when you join Tommy Club, you can wash as often as you like for one low monthly price.
I save money and time.
We're Tommy's Express.
Tommy's Express Wash, now open on the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road in Greenville.
The Tulsa River Bandits are back, and this year we'll have a full season, and all fans are welcome this year. Come watch some of the best collegiate baseball around with over 20 Division I players on this active roster looking to compete at a high level. We have a family-friendly atmosphere, awesome stadium, food and drink specials, plus the coldest beer on the East. Come do something different with the family this summer with the Tarboro River Bandits. 29 home games to choose from. Tickets available at the gate or online at TarboroughRiverBandits.com.
This is Martin Truex Jr., and as a NASCAR Cup Series champion, I love one-stop shopping.
When I need fresh tires or fuel during a race, my pit crew takes care of everything. Off the track, I have an Auto Owners independent agent. They handle all my insurance in one place: car, home, life, and business. Get your own pit crew and find a local agency with Auto Owners Insurance.
This is Norm Bryant with Town Insurance in Greenville. Call me today at 756-8300. Go Pirates.
You demand perfection. That's why you drive the perfect car. Okay, maybe it's not exactly perfect, but it's perfect to get you to Domino's for their perfect $7.99 carry-out deal. Carry out any 3-topping pizza or a 10-piece order of wings, smothered in delicious sauces like hot buffalo, garlic parmesan, and honey barbecue, just $7.99 each. Demand the perfect carry-out deal at Domino's. Carry out only. You must ask for this limited time offer. Prices, participation, and charges may vary. Excludes XL and specialty pizzas. Crust availability varies by size.
Hey Pirate fans, it's time to get that yard done right with the new John Deere mower from Quality Equipment. Our premium lawn care lineup is what every homeowner needs this spring. A John Deere will change the way you mow with easy-to-use attachments, effortless steering, and intuitive controls. Right now, save up to $700 on X300, X500, and X700 series mowers. Learn more at QualityEquip.com and get quality done right. Offer ends 10/29/21. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details. Looking for a professional to take care of your commercial properties? Gatlinburg Lawns is here for you because customer service is number one. Gatlinburg Lawns specializes in eco-friendly landscaping design, mulch, hedging, sod installation, pine straw, tree planting, and much more. If you need landscaping help for your commercial property, call Gatlinburg Lawns today for a free quote at 252-253-5450.
Gatlinburg Lawns, we make it pretty.
UBE and PirateWear.com are proud to offer the Pirate Nation its largest inventory ever. Brand new Adidas is arriving daily, along with Under Armour, Columbia, and Russell Athletic. UBE is loaded with cargo, and new items are being added daily to PirateWear.com. Be sure to check out our children's store, The Crow's Nest, for all of your young pirates. UBE and PirateWear.com, an ECU tradition for 50 years. Go Pirates!
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, W224EI Greenville, WDLX Washington, and W281CH Washington. Listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Grab your amigos and head to Chico's for the best Mexican food and fun in Greenville. Come and enjoy favorites like shrimp tacos, steak and chicken fajitas, burritos, enchiladas, ACP, and more. Follow Chico's on Facebook and Instagram for daily updates. For Mexican food and fun, it's got to be Chico's for dine-in or to go. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Brock.
Alrighty, back with you on Pirate Radio Live. We got to wrap up this hour so we can get to hour 2 and talk to ECU softball coach Shane Winkler. We'll talk more about this with Stephen Igoe later and potentially next hour after we're done talking to Shane Winkler and Jeff Nadu. But the College Football Management Committee will consider expanding to a 12-team playoff format when it meets in Chicago next week. This is Heather Dinich from ESPN reporting. And Shirley, you had a tweet from Brett McMurphy that made it sound like that this deal is going to go through, and we're going to have a 12-team playoff at the earliest following the 2023 regular season?
Yes, that's correct. And according to Brett McMurphy, he says, according to his sources, that expansion will be approved.
This is huge and out of nowhere. So teams 1 through 4 would receive a bye, and then it would go 5-12, 6-11, 7-10, 8-9 would play each other. You have 6, the highest ranked 6th conference champions get in. They are automatic qualifiers. Now, that doesn't mean Power 5. If the AAC's champion is ranked higher, which it was last year, and the Sun Belt's champion is ranked higher than the Pac-12, then the Pac-12 doesn't get an automatic bid in. So it could be any of the conferences. There's no, Power 5 limit to this.
If you did this last year, you would have had 2 group of 5, quote unquote, teams in. You would have had Cincinnati as the 8 seed, taking on Georgia in the first round. Coastal Carolina as the 12 seed, taking on Texas A&M in the first round.
That's fun.
With Alabama, Clemson, Ohio State, and Notre Dame as your buys. But wait a minute, that won't be possible in this new format because Notre Dame is not affiliated with a conference. You must be a conference champion to get one of those 4 buys.
Will this now kind of force Notre Dame into a conference?
Perhaps. If they are going to go through with this, Notre Dame would still have a chance to get in, obviously, but if they would want to buy, they would have to be the ACC champion. So,
which they had a shot at last year.
They did. Clemson was number 2 last year. So, this is great, and Shirley, play me out because we got to take a break and call Coach Winkler, but we'll get more into it. This is great for ECU, the American, anybody that has not had a seat at the table before, because now you have something to play for. You have a goal other than getting to the Beef O'Brady's Bowl at the end of the year. Obviously, you want to be AAC champion, and it takes you to an ancillary bowl game. It can take you to the Orange Bowl, Fiesta Bowl, whatever Cincinnati is in. But at the end of the day, to me, those are just exhibition games. Does it matter if you win or lose that bowl? You don't. Winner goes home, loser goes home. Nothing happens if you win that bowl game. That's my philosophy on it. Now, you can get into a playoff with an opportunity to win in advance and win and be a national champion in football. So this is awesome news. It almost feels too good to be true at this point.
Yeah.
So I'm waiting for, maybe that's my outlook on life in general. I'm waiting for the negative shoe to drop on this, but man, this looks awesome on the surface. We'll talk more about it later on in the show. When we return, we will get to know ECU's new head softball coach, Shane Winkler. That's on the way on Pirate Radio Live after this.
Hey, Troy D here with my good friend Kelvin Rawls from Pest Tech. Kelvin, I just want to thank you and Chris and all the great folks at Pest Tech for such awesome service. You totally eliminated the mosquitoes in my backyard, plus the fire ant problem I was having in the yard.
Hey, you're certainly welcome, Troy. I have heard the same thing from all of our customers through the year of COVID. With everyone being home, they want to enjoy the outside and being mosquito, fire ant, and pest free.
Enjoy all your property from the kitchen to the curb. Visit pesttechofgreenville.com today for complete service.
Here with Mike Mullis from Fixed NC. And Mike, you were telling me the other day, people ask you all the time, I didn't know you did that. What does that mean?
Anything that involves property damage repair, call us first. If it's your crawl space, you've got interior humidity issues, a water loss, your ice maker line breaks, obviously fire and smoke, everybody knows we do those. But anything that involves interior or exterior property damage, we're your repair experts.
Mike, how can everybody get in touch with you?
252-999-0001 or fixednc.com.
Jersey Mike's would like to dedicate the next 3 seconds to our new grilled portobello mushroom and Swiss sub. Trust us, it tastes good too, because fresh ingredients make a sub above. If Jersey Mike's turkey had a resume, it would say it's 99% fat-free and raised without antibiotics. But our turkey already has its dream job at Jersey Mike's, because premium meat makes a sub above.
Okay, let's just try not to embarrass ourselves and everything will be fine.
Yeah, sure, totally. Is that a Pepsi Wild Cherry?
Oh, no. Please, not here. Not here.
Too late. You know something, Steve? Flavor Mania is about to run wild.
Oh, not Flavor Mania.
Pepsi Wild Cherry's about to drop a flavor suplex right into your pie hole. It's gonna hit your taste buds with a top rope elbow of flavor. It's gonna be delicious. It's gonna be refreshing. It's gonna throw your wild cherry loving brain right through the announcer's table.
Oh, I can't take you anywhere.
Flavor Mania doesn't need your permission, Steve, because the world knows that nothing is gonna get between Pepsi Wild Cherry and that flavor championship belt. Are you ready to get wild?
Oh, please don't.
Come
get
on,
wild.
Steve. I said, are you ready to get wild?
Seriously, does this always have to happen when you drink Pepsi Wild Cherry?
You better believe it, brother.
Pepsi Wild Cherry. Now available in 0 sugar. That's what I like.
Hey Birdland, Orioles 2021 single game tickets are on sale now for all games June through September at Orioles.com/tickets. Single game options are flexible and affordable with individual tickets starting as low as $15. You can choose from popular promo dates and fan favorite giveaways, including bobbleheads, t-shirts, caps, and more. Simply select your dates and purchase tickets now at Orioles.com/tickets. That's single game tickets as low as $15. Available to all fans now at Orioles.com/tickets.
Ahoy, mateys! It's Captain Jack Spare of R&R Tire Express. We're here to serve our pirate community by offering easy payments for easy ownership. For you landlubbers, R&R will install a new set of tires for just $20. $50 installs new custom wheels and tires. To learn more about R&R, stop by 3920 US 264 or rnrtires.com.
University PC Care has been the Pirate Nation's go-to IT expert since 2006. Unfortunately, many organizations today simply react to IT issues after the damage is done. This is known as the break-fix cycle in the tech service industry. University PC Care's Business Services Division has a better way, a proactive solution called BizCare. What's at your office? Call William at University PC Care today to schedule your free BizCare consultation or learn more at universitypccare.com.
Hi, this is Morgan Ehlers, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by University PC Care, your local tech support experts for all your business needs. Let University PC Care take care of it so you can take care of business. Visit universitypccare.com to learn more today. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. UBE has been an ECU tradition for over 50 years. You can shop online anytime at pirateware.com. UBE has the biggest and best selection of ECU sportswear and accessories for pirates of all ages. Every day is game day at UBE. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Brock.
All right, Shirley Rhodes, thank you very much. Welcome back into Pirate Radio Live here on a Thursday. We are watching the final game, Game 3 of the Softball National Championship. Florida State, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good, right?
Yeah, I saw the play.
There's a fly ball in the infield. Second baseman lost it in the sun. We said earlier in the show they should be playing this game at night.
I know.
There would be no Oklahoma sun to block the view of an Oklahoma softball player.
Drops right in front of her, and batter goes to second. Runner from second scores.
2-1, Oklahoma leading right now over Florida State in the championship game. And speaking of softball, we will welcome on for the first time here on Pirate Radio Live the new softball coach of the East Carolina Pirates. He is Shane Winkler. He joins us on the Fixed NC Live line. Coach Winkler, appreciate your time. How you doing today?
Great, Cliff. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Thank you for joining us on the show today. And Shane, let's get to know you a little bit. Man, a very impressive record at George Washington, and you guys had a great year in 2021. So give us a little bit on your background, how you got involved in coaching softball, and how you ended up here at East Carolina.
Yeah, like you said, with coming from George Washington, spent 3 years there, 3 successful seasons. Really tough decision to leave a place like that. Just great people. Had a team that really had a solid culture. Great group of players, and again, it translated to success on the field. Won a regular season championship this year. Made our first trip to the NCAA tournament, which was just an outstanding experience for our staff and our girls. So just really going to miss them as a transition down to ECU, but. Myself was a baseball player growing up. Played baseball my entire life. Knew someday I'd get into coaching. The goal was to play baseball until they drug me off the field. Figured that would be at the big league level. Didn't quite reach that, but got to play at a decent level of baseball. And the time came to hang them up, and I jumped into coaching. And just so happened that I had some opportunities in softball. My sister was younger than me and played. So I coached her while I was in high school and during a redshirt year in college. So I was always helping her teams out. And then when I got done playing independent league ball, I had an opportunity to jump in and coach one of her junior college teams that she was playing on. And it 1 year of that, then moved on to Marshall as an assistant, and then finally got my opportunity as a head coach at Charleston Southern. So even though early on I thought it would be a baseball route, I jumped into softball and fell in love with it. So been rolling ever since.
That's really interesting. And Shane, there's obvious differences, the size of the field and distance to the bases, the mound. What are, as a baseball player, softball coach, the main differences in the game as far as strategy, coaching, everything that goes into it?
There's so many similarities, and that's why you see so much of a baseball influence in our game these days, especially from the offensive side. There's so many things that translate from baseball to softball from the offensive game. Obviously, you got your slappers and some of the small ball stuff that's a little different. But, I mean, as you watch, the ECU baseball team this weekend, there's going to be a lot of small ball play. It may not be from a slapper standpoint, but you're going to see a lot of small ball moving runners and things like that have always been a part of the softball game. But obviously the biggest difference is what you're seeing from the pitching circle as opposed to the mound, and the distance there, the reaction time and things like that. So, but there's so many things that carry over from the baseball side, and that's why you're seeing so many coaches, even within the World Series, there's coaches with a baseball background that are assistants on some of these staffs, and that plays a big factor. So, I had a little bit of a learning curve with some things when I got into this softball world about 13, 14 years ago. But it's, again, a quick learn, and I've kind of tailored my own style that involves a lot of baseball and softball and a lot of the power game, a lot of the small ball game.
Talking to Shane Winkler, the head softball coach at East Carolina. Shane, you're coming to Greenville at a great time. We got the Little League Softball World Series coming to Elm Street Park, Stalling Stadium, coming up in a month or so, and you'll be able to see a lot of fun talent out there. How about recruiting-wise, Shane, and where are your strong spots at recruiting? Where are the pipelines, and how do you get the ground running here at ECU as far as recruiting goes? Where are your first few stops?
Well, I tell you what, we hit the ground running pretty much before I even had the position. When the job became available, I started having travel ball coaches from North Carolina and South Carolina reach out that I had connections with from my time at Charleston Southern. So I spent 10 years down in South Carolina recruiting both North and South Carolina. So I got a lot of deep ties to the area that are going to help out a ton. We're going to make sure that we try to keep some of the best players in state and try to steal them away from some ACC programs and get them over to ECU. But at the same time, we're going to be able to recruit nationally. I've recruited out west during my entire career. I've had a lot of California kids. Obviously on the East Coast, I got some great ties, and then I've recruited Midwest pretty well too. So if we're going to turn this into a nationally competitive program, I think we've got to compete for recruits all over the country, and that's going to be big. So we'll definitely start within the state and try to lock down the best players. If I can absolutely in the pitching circle lock down one of the better pitchers in the state every year, that's going to help us out, or every other year. But again, we're going to go coast to coast. We're going to leave no rock unturned in order to try to find the best talent we can to turn this into a program again that can compete on a national level.
And Shane, you mentioned pitching there. That's the cliche anyway. The stereotype I hear all the time. You got to have that front end pitching, right, if you're going to be a successful team.
Oh, no doubt. You're seeing it in the World Series, and these teams are amazing offensively, especially in the game right now. But I mean, they've got some of the best pitchers in the country, and we're going to have to find that. We're going to have to develop that. We're going to take what we have on the staff now and really develop it, and then dive in and see where else we can find players all over the country. But if you're not solid there, then it's tough to compete, and especially at the level that we want to. We want to get this program to compete near the top of the American Athletic Conference as soon as possible, and it's going to take being great in the circle to have a chance.
Shane, you've already brought up ECU baseball. ECU football has tradition, maybe not so much in recent years, although we're hoping Mike Houston has this thing on the right track and will bring back some of that ECU football success. What did you know about the university, whether it's athletics, location, anything, when it comes to ECU before you took this job?
I've known a lot about ECU for a lot of years. Being at Marshall for 3 years, a while back, we competed in Conference USA with ECU, so I got a taste of the program when it was having a good deal of success and making trips to the NCAA tournament. So I got to compete against them then. Then when I was down at Charleston Southern, we made a couple trips up to tournaments and games at ECU, and then we came down in 2020 before the season was cut short to a tournament. So I've always had my eye on ECU as one place that could be just a real big program in college softball. It's had a lot of success again in the past, but not recently in the American Athletic. But I mean, this is a program that really has potential to be outstanding, and you're seeing it with the baseball program. And I believe just what we've seen already, like you said, the football program. This is an athletic department led by John Gilbert that has potential to compete for championships in a lot of programs. So I mean, it's exciting. I've seen that from the outside, and now getting my first taste in what Pirate Nation's all about is really exciting.
Shane, how about the league as a whole, the American as a softball league with, Wichita State, the Florida schools? Do you see this as a league that can send multiple teams to the tournament? And then, we're hoping ECU can be one of those teams. Where does the league stack up with the rest of the conferences out there?
I mean, you're right there with any of the Power Fives, and that's exciting. And it's a big uphill climb, and it's a daunting task. But this is one of the best softball conferences in the country, and I mean that's a fact. You're going to be one of the top 4, 5, 6 conferences in the entire nation every year. This past year, they sent 3 teams to the NCAA tournament. 3 of those teams were in regional finals. 2 years ago, the last time that we had an NCAA tournament, they sent 4 teams. So when you're looking at 3 and 4 out of the 7 teams going, you got half your conference able to make it into the NCAA tournament. That's big. But again, it's a lot of competition. But that's what excites me as a coach. That's what I want recruits and our current players to be excited about, is to know if you're in the top half of the conference, you're going to be in the conversation to be an at-large team. So our goal is to put ourselves in that spot and then get ourselves in a position where we're competing for a conference championship as well.
Shane Winkler joining us, Coach, with the recruiting. I know Mike Houston on the basketball side with Joe Dooley, Kim McNeil, they were excited to see that June 1st date hit, and you could finally be in contact with these recruits face-to-face for the first time in over a year. Is that the same for softball as well? Is that type of recruiting going on right now?
Yeah, I mean, we get hit with the College World Series going on.
Yeah.
So our June 1st extends until when this game is over today.
Okay.
So tomorrow starts everything. So I'll have my first unofficial visit on campus on Saturday.
Great.
So we'll hit the ground running, and then we'll get out on Sunday and watch some games. So we're already starting to get out and see some of the 22 kids this weekend and start getting some visits in. So, yeah, like everyone else, we're geared up and ready to go. We just have to be a little more patient than everyone else because the College World Series is going on. But that's been exciting enough, and we've been able to fill the cup a little bit with watching the games like that. But as soon as this is over, it's go time.
Well, that's great. Almost like Christmas Eve for you, it sounds like. Yeah. Shane, 37-11 overall with George Washington last year, and 2021, such a difficult year coming off the COVID year. So if you could have success in a season like you just went through, I think it says a lot about the program you built, but also the kind of coach you are. How difficult was that? And, how happy are you that moving forward, we are finally getting back to normal here, it looks like?
Yeah, I mean, it's a difficult year for sure. I mean, and being in D.C., I mean, some of the guidelines that we had follow were strict, but again, they put us in a position to be successful because we stayed healthy all year, which was key. And we stayed close as a team because, I mean, we were all virtual in terms of the classes up at GW. So, I mean, all of our players lived on the same floor. So, I mean, we were basically in our own little bubble, which, again, with a lot of teams, that's going to be drama and going to be tough. But we have such a close team, and that's what we're looking to build here at ECU, and I'm already hearing that the girls have a great relationship and they're really close. So we've got one of the most important things out of the way already, and that's strong relationships. And now we just got to earn that trust and build that with our group. But just the fact that we're starting to slide a little more into normal is exciting, especially as we're going to get to know our girls and hit the ground running this fall. That's going to be big. It's going to give us more time to spend time together and make sure we're practicing in a team setting more so than teams got to last fall. So having a normal fall is going to be big. Getting to play outside competition and things like that will get us shaped the direction we want to go to.
And Shane, final question: have you been able to put together a staff yet, or is that something you're still working on?
We're working on it. Applications are flying in. There's a ton of interest. I mean, I've gotten calls already this week from one from a coach that's in the World Series, another that was in Super Regionals that have players that have played for them in the past. So the amount of interest just speaks volumes to what type of place ECU is, and we're getting that type of interest from recruits, from potential coaches, and everything. So I hope to have a staff in place in the next week or so, and so we can really get everyone out seeing recruits again all over the country.
Shane Winkler and a lot of coaches across the country waiting for this game to end that we're watching right now. And then the kind of off-season truly begins with recruiting and filling out staffs and everything else. And right now, Oklahoma just tacked on another run. It's 3-1 in the third inning, final game of the national championship. Coach Winkler, great to talk to you, man, and can't wait to meet you. We appreciate your time here on Pirate Radio Live today, and we'll talk to you again down the road.
Thanks so much. Just appreciate all you do. And again, I'm beyond excited to be a part of Pirate Nation. So thank you again for the opportunity.
Awesome. Great to have you here. There's Shane Winkler joining us today on the Fixed NC Live Line, new softball coach at ECU. So fresh here. He does not even have a staff yet. And kind of funny to hear him say, I didn't know the softball recruiting rules, but they're waiting on this game to end. They're waiting on the NCAA tournament and this season to wrap up so they can begin the face-to-face visits and all that and hiring a staff. So a few innings left to go in the 2021 season, and right now it is looking good for Boomer Sooner. Jim Ross is somewhere celebrating because it is 3-1 and 2 runners in scoring position for Oklahoma. Let's get a break in. We'll come back. The floodgates have opened outside. Good grief. Torrential downpour in Greenville here. But we will keep it nice and dry in the Pirate Radio studios and talk to the big man on campus, Jeff Nadu. Got a couple of NBA playoff games going on tonight. We will talk about that and what's going on in the association when we return on Pirate Radio Live. Back with you after this.
Save lives, be a hero, and make $1,000 your very first month donating plasma at Grifols Biomat USA. At Grifols, it adds up fast. New donors can earn up to $1,000 in your very first month. It's the easiest way to make extra money. Start now at Biomat USA, 505 South Memorial Drive, Greenville. Find your donor center at grifolsplasma.com. Make up to $1,000 in a month and save lives now at Grifols Biomat USA. A better donor experience and better pay.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Tom Brown from Brown & Wood Buick GMC Truck. We've been serving the Pirate Nation in Eastern North Carolina for 83 years. We have 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 showrooms, and 1 goal to make sure you leave a happy customer.
This month at Brown & Wood, get an all-new Buick Enclave 2021 and save over $6,800 or 0% for 72 months. As always, Brown & Wood is the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
We're located on Greenville Boulevard next to the Convention Center, or shop us online at brownandwoodauto.com.
This is East Carolina head football coach Mike Houston, and I'm proud to announce that our youth football camp is back this summer for Pirate Nation. The Junior Pirate Camp is for kids in rising 1st through rising 8th grade and will run June 14th through 16th here inside Daddy Ficklin Stadium. Each camper receives official ECU gear along with individual instruction by me and our entire staff. To sign up, go to MikeHoustonFootballCampsLLC.com. Go Pirates!
The best place in Greenville to unwind after work and have fun is AJ McMurphy's. AJ's has daily food and drink specials and an awesome patio perfect for some outdoor dining. Stop by AJ's on Monday for open mic, music on the patio on Tuesday, sports trivia with me, Clip Rock, on Wednesdays, and music bingo on Thursday. AJ McMurphy's, Turnberry Square at Bells Fork, and on Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat.
Ahoy, mateys! To keep those those cars clean, you need the Pirates Cove Fast Pass.
Greenville's original express car wash is now offering a fast pass for as low as $19.99. That's one pass, 4 locations, and unlimited washes. Visit us in Greenville on Fire Tower Road, Memorial Drive, and East 10th Street, and also in New Bern on Glen Burnie Road. And by popular demand, Pirates Cove on Fire Tower Road is now offering interior cleaning.
So we have you surrounded. Pirates Cove, the official car wash partner of ECU Athletics.
We're midway through bath time, and 2 medium, 2 topping Domino's pizzas for $5.99 each have begun their drive to the Smith's front door. That's a GPS-enabled custom delivery alert, folks. The newest improvement to the Domino's tracker, saying Domino's will be there in 2 minutes. They're calling it audible. Bath time's now rinse time. They've got 1 kid dry, 2 kids dry. The pizzas are here. They made it to the door. The kids are clean enough. The new Domino's tracker with GPS worked again.
2-item minimum. Pan pizza will be extra. Ask for this limited time offer. Prices, participation, delivery area, and charges may vary.
Have you stopped doing your favorite activity due to chronic aches and pains? Let Eastern Physical Medicine and Rehab help. They provide regenerative injection therapy that can help with osteoarthritis, joint pain, carpal tunnel, and plantar fasciitis. Eastern Physical Medicine and Rehab will help you get back into the groove. Eastern Physical Medicine and Rehab, 2245 Stantonsburg Road, across from the hospital. Call 215-9294 for an appointment today.
Hey Pirate fans, did you know there are thousands of special needs children and adults right here in our community that loves ECU Athletics as much as you do? Robbie's Clubhouse is a local nonprofit organization that can turn your unused ECU tickets into a fun day for a family with special needs. If you can't make it to the next Pirate game, simply call 1-800-DIAL-ECU and donate and designate your tickets for Robbie's Clubhouse. Go Pirates!
This is assistant football coach Drew Dudzik, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by University PC Care, your local tech support experts for all your business needs. Let University PC Care take care of it so you can take care of business. Visit universitypccare.com to learn more today. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Brown & Wood is your home of the best selection of GMC, Cadillac, Buick, and Mazda in Eastern North Carolina for over 83 years. Shop their entire inventory online at brownandwoodauto.com or visit them on Greenville Boulevard. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Brock.
All right, we had a great week of shows last week leading up to the Greenville Regional. We have had a fantastic week of shows this week leading up to the Nashville Super Regional. And can you imagine the shows we would have if ECU was heading to Omaha?
And we have a potential promo if that happens. I found a little something in the back here in the studio.
A little something in the back?
We found a prop that we are excited to be able to try to use.
Honestly, Chandler, we kind of need that ready to go for tomorrow's watch along.
Okay, we'll have to try to get it ready. What I found was Pirate Radio's own birdhouse.
That's right. A random ass cone.
I went back there to get more paper towels for the bathrooms, and I happened to look, and there it was.
When I have Chinese food the night before and then come in and have to use the bathroom, I put the cone out just to let people know. No, I don't know why that thing's right there.
I don't know either.
You know,
I've been back there several times, and I've never noticed it.
I have been here 17 years. I will start year 18 for me on July 1st. And I can tell you that random things pop up in this building more times than not.
Because there is no reason to have a traffic cone in the back of this building.
No,
None
absolutely
at all.
no reason. But it's here.
Yeah.
And it's kind of weird that we're all stuck in this tradition now for this year with the birdhouse that I didn't go and think, why the hell is that here? I was more excited. I was like, oh my God, a traffic cone.
It's a sign.
It's exactly a sign.
From the pirate god.
I saw the sign.
There's your sign.
Good references there. Random question, something I just saw on Twitter. Do you like waffle cones with your ice cream?
I do.
No.
Oh my God, I love a waffle cone.
I love a good
Shirley,
waffle cone.
why don't you like a waffle cone?
I am hands down a sugar cone
You
girl.
like the sugar cone?
I love
I
my
like
sugar
both.
cones. I do not like a waffle cone because there's no flavor to the cone.
What?
Whoa!
What?
No!
Shirley. What?
You are completely bass-ackwards.
That is some jelly bean stuff. Like, that don't make any
It has
sense.
no flavor to me.
No! The sugar cone has no flavor.
The sugar cone has sugar.
The waffle cone has waffle.
The waffle cone, if you take some of the ice cream and
waffle
bite...
cone, and what is that? What's the other one? It's the most commonly used one.
That's the snow... well...
It's a cone, but it's like rice cake type. I mean, it's like...
Well, that's what I thought a sugar cone was.
No, absolutely not.
Well, maybe that's the one I'm thinking of.
The sugar cone kind of looks like a waffle cone.
A waffle cone,
that one,
man.
no, that's the one I'm thinking of, but that is not a sugar cone.
A waffle cone is so good.
It is so good. It adds to the experience.
You can shove more ice cream in a waffle cone.
Yes, you can.
But I prefer a sugar cone.
I like the waffle cone more. I went to a Food Line, got waffle cones just so I could have ice cream. Like, I don't even really care about the ice cream. Or should I say I just got ice cream so I could have waffle
You got
cones.
it, so it would be an excuse to get ice cream.
The waffle cone is the star of the dish when I'm having a ice cream and waffle cone. For me.
Yeah.
Anyway.
When I have ice cream at home, I buy a box of sugar cones.
When you eat a meal and you finish eating the meal, you can't just eat the plate. That's what a waffle cone is. Like, you can eat what's inside of it and then eat the waffle cone. It is.
I can eat a sugar cone too.
Just it's not as good.
In what world?
And you sat here and you said that waffle cones have no taste.
They do not taste. I have had waffle cones before. They do not have a taste.
That's
to me.
weird.
They don't taste like what I am accustomed to, which is that sweet taste that's mixed in with the ice cream.
Don't get me wrong though. Sugar cone. If you handed me a sugar cone, I'd say thank you, and I would devour it.
I'd say thank you.
If you gave me a waffle cone, I would kiss you on the cheek and I would give you a hug.
Now, unless that waffle cone was draped in chocolate and sprinkles, then there might be some flavor to it. But to me, there's no flavor to it.
Wow. All right. This is what's great about America.
That is Shirley's 2 cents, and I ain't got change.
This has been.
Hey, what kind of ice cream would it be? It would be mint chocolate chip.
First of all, that's a reoccurring segment. This is Shirley's 2 cents.
And I ain't got change.
All right. That's a new segment. Mint chocolate chip, probably
my favorite.
The worst ice cream available.
I have seen a meme that says that
Now,
you might
are
as
you
well.
just saying that because I argued the waffle cone, or are you genuinely not liking mint
I don't
chocolate
like
chip?
mint in my ice cream.
I love it.
Yeah.
It is just about the only ice cream I'll eat. I do like.
We could not be further apart on the ice cream
I do
spectrum.
like strawberry.
I like
and
that.
I do not like vanilla. I do not
Cookies
like
and
just
cream?
plain cookies and cream. I'll eat once
Okay.
in a while. I do like
Like a sherbet, maybe?
a sherbet. Yes, I would
Shirley
like
sherbet?
Yeah, I can do
Oh.
a sherbet. I prefer the orange. There's a lime one out there, but
Yeah.
I'd prefer the
What
orange.
about the mixture of different flavors?
The Neapolitan?
Right.
I will take the strawberry and the chocolate. Will not touch the vanilla.
So Ellerby just texted me. This is insane. How many? There are
11 types of ice cream
11
cones?
types of ice cream cones. The first type is called cake cones, and I think
That's the
what I
one you're
thought
talking
sugar
about.
cones
Yes.
were.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, cake cone. That's what they're called. Cake cone.
Number 2, waffle.
Yeah, and-
oh baby, that looks good.
Number 3, sugar cone.
Oh,
they have waffle bowls.
Yeah, I know.
okay, sugar cone. Yeah, that's good.
I
That's
love my
almost
sugar
like
cone.
a waffle cone to me.
It's almost like a waffle cone, but it ain't a waffle cone.
Okay. Pretzel cones, waffle bowls, chocolate dipped, kid cones, twin cones.
Pretzel cones.
What is a twin cone? Wait, you got a picture of it?
Yeah, but I can't put this out on social media.
Oh yeah, no. That looks way too. Yeah, no.
To
you can't
describe
put-
it, there is a cone shaft, and
We're offering a picture-perfect look.
there are two. It kind of looks like two little butt cheeks, Shirley.
It is. It's 2 little butt cheeks.
What in
It's
the?
2 little butt cheeks.
Is this for like bachelorette parties or something? Good
I
grief.
don't know. I really don't
I think
know.
we're taking it out of context.
Jacketed.
I think he's just
What
meant
is a
for two.
jacketed cone?
It's just a regular cone with the thing on it.
Oh, it's got the paper on it that says
Yeah,
Joy.
Oh, I hate those
Whoever wrote this article went
because
way off the board.
sometimes the cone gets the paper gets stuck to the cone and you can't get it off.
Yeah, it gets gross.
I can't stand that.
All right, I just saw a picture of a waffle cone, and that led to all that discussion. We need to get to the Fixed NC Live line right now and talk to the big man on campus, Jeff Nadu. Some of you might enjoy ice cream talk more than NBA talk. Some might like the basketball talk and who to pick in tonight's playoff action. Jeff, welcome to the show. How you doing today?
Pretty good, Clip. How are you?
Hey, man, doing great, and looking forward to another night of the NBA playoffs. You had a good read on your Sixers last time we talked, the Suns. But, man, what happened to the Bucks in Game 2? And I'm going to ask you the same question I asked you on Monday. Can the Bucks extend this series, or is it just going to be same old we've seen in Game 1 and Game 2 with the Brooklyn Nets? The Bucks are actually 3.5-point favorites tonight at home. Do they finally right the ship and win a game in this series, Jeff?
Yeah, I mean, I think the line tells you they will. I mean, I actually played the 3.5. I think it really just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. There's a reason I think they're throwing out 3.5. I think you're going to see a really good shooting night from the Bucks tonight. Really, backs were against the wall in Game 1 after that loss, in Game 2 after that loss. They're really against the wall tonight. I mean, you got to try to salvage something here and just really take it one game at a time. It's not insurmountable. It's not 0-3. You got 2 games here at home. They just need to shoot the ball better. Chris Middleton's not shot the ball well. Giannis needs to be more assertive. They need to get more out of Brent Forbes and Connaughton and Lopez. I think they make some adjustments here. They've been pretty good at home this season. In fact, they've been really good at home this season. I mean, Chris Middleton's 13 for 43 in this series, and this is not good enough. I expect him to bounce back. Pretty good defensive team, long group. I think they have something more for Kevin Durant. I know he's pretty much impossible to stop, but without Harden, I think maybe it catches up to them tonight. And I think the Bucks steal one. I think they win this like 120 to 112, something like that.
Jeff, I got lucky the other night having Clippers plus 3.5, but at the same time, they were on the right side for most of that game. Utah went on a run third quarter and then in the fourth quarter, and kind of got lucky to get a bucket there late and a stop by the Clippers there late to get that cover. Tonight, Utah round a 3-point favorite once again. We saw, Donovan Mitchell and Utah light it up there towards the end of that game. What do you think about Game 2 tonight in Utah?
Yeah, I'm going to just hope that in this game, I think we see the Clippers tie it up. I think, if you look back, and you kind of alluded to it, for as good as the Jazz played in the second half, for as good as Donovan Mitchell was, for as, limited as Kawhi was at times, being in foul trouble, Paul George didn't do anything. And the Clippers still had a shot right at the end to take the game into overtime. So, I look at you generally see adjustments made in the second game. I don't think Donovan Mitchell will have 45 and score 32 in the second half. Obviously, I think Kawhi is a bit more of a factor tonight. I'm not sure that they have an answer on the perimeter for both him and Paul George. Now, again, we know how Paul George is in the playoffs. There's a guy that's had 10 playoff games that he shot under 25%, which is pretty crazy. But I don't know. I'm not a big fan of the Jazz defensively. I know we have a lot of reason to just believe that they're a great defensive team. But without Mike Conley as well, they're very reliant on the three-point shot. Nobody relies on a three-point shot more than Utah. If they're not making them, which tonight I don't think they make a ton, they're going to struggle. So I'm gonna trust the Clippers here. I'll take the 3.5 and think they win this game and even it up.
Jeff, we talked about a guy that went off for the Sixers the other night while he was in college. I know you were a Shake Milton fan when he was at SMU. And how about his second half the other night? Of course, Embiid was great, and the Sixers as a team, they kept jumping out the leads and then blowing leads. And you were commenting on Twitter a lot about this, how the bench was playing awful for Philadelphia. But that changed in the second half, and they were able to run away with the victory over the Hawks in Game 2.
Yeah, he gave them a nice spark. Obviously, that's something they needed. The bench was non-existent in Game 1. They shot the ball a lot better, and the Hawks didn't shoot the ball as well. So it was a game they had to have. But again, Shake was great because he had to be. Ben Simmons, as usual, doesn't show up. 4 points in 35 minutes. It's not good enough. They need a spark like Shake Milton. They don't have that guy. Haven't really had that guy in a long time. So it's helpful. But I don't know if you can expect that every night. They just have too many guys that are given huge roles in this team that I don't think you can depend on night after night after night.
Jeff, and Game 3 coming up in Atlanta on Friday. The Sixers are going to be small favorites in that. How about Denver's going to be a home favorite, or they are right now in Game 3 against the Suns, with the Suns leading that series 2-0. How about a quick look at Friday? Anything you like coming up there?
Yeah, I think the Nuggets are done. I don't think they win a game in this series. I just think everything's really caught up to them. I mean, now you look at the fact that Michael Porter seems like his back is starting to flare up again. This is something that gave him trouble in college and in high school. I just don't know if he's as effective. And, for a team that just doesn't have many shot makers right now, to have him not be effective, you need to get 20 from him to have a shot to win games. And I'm not sure he can give you that right now. Will Barton, I mean, he's still just coming back from injury. Aaron Gordon's not exactly a scoring threat. And, when you look at Jokic, he can do a lot, but let's say he does go off for 40. Is that enough to win a game if you're the Nuggets right now? The Suns are just significantly better. The guard discrepancy talent-wise is just so pronounced. I'm blown away that the Suns are an underdog at all in this series. I'll be all over the plus 106 there.
They looked awesome last night in their victory in Game 2. We'll see what happens in Game 3 coming up in Denver. Jeff, I had someone at Sports Trivia last night say, "Hey, Clip, what do you think about the Euros coming up?" And I said, I have no thoughts on it, but I know Jeff Nadu does, and we'll talk to him Thursday on the show, so tune in. So, Jeff, real quick, for folks that don't know, what are the Euros? Is it basically a World Cup for European countries, teams? Is that how you would explain it?
Yeah, it's pretty simple. You qualify through the qualifications that they have, and it's basically going to be your World Cup, but it's only European teams. You won't see USA or Brazil or anything. It's really the best to me. I'm a big European fan, soccer-wise, so I'm very excited about it. We didn't have it last year because of the COVID-19 pandemic. I think there's a lot to be excited about. You obviously look at some of the stacked teams like France, who are going to be your complete favorite. You got Spain, and but then you have teams to me like Italy, who I think Italy's a really interesting team. I'm a big Serie A fan, as you know. I think on paper, I love them up front. I think they have a really talented midfield as well. Defensively, they have been a really tough out recently. They've been really tough to score on. I just love them going forward. They're a total different team than we remember Italy in being. They won the World Cup back in 2006. That was one of my favorite teams ever. It's really what got me into soccer. I think this is a really talented team, and at 8-9-ish to 1. Look, everyone's going to be all over France and Spain and Portugal and even like a Germany. But I'm looking at Italy. I think the Netherlands is an interesting play as well. They've got some real talent on this team. And it doesn't necessarily jump off at the page because they don't have Ronaldo or people like that. But, this is a team with really solid center backs. They've got good midfield players. Up front, they're talented. They have guys like Van Dijk back in the defense. You could argue he's the best defender in the world. This is a team that can score goals. They're high-flying. Keep an eye on them, kind of a mid-tier team.
Looks like the best match day 1 of the group stage will be Tuesday, Jeff, France-Germany. 3 o'clock Eastern time. So you're talking kind of big picture futures there. Have you looked at the first group of matches coming up starting tomorrow and going until Tuesday? Any games you're keeping an eye on?
Yeah, I actually played already tomorrow. You got one game, Turkey and Italy. I mentioned Italy's kind of prowess scoring goals. Turkey's really struggled at the back, keeping goals out. They play kind of a high-paced, high-press type of offense. Italy, I think, is really good for at least 2 here. This seems like a 3-1-ish kind of game to me. I took Italy over 1.5 goals at minus 115. I think that's a strong selection. I'm also going to tell you right now, keep an eye on Finland. This is a team that, look, I don't know if they're going to win a group or even advance, but Teemu Pukki is one of the best goal scorers in this tournament. He's a guy that's played in the Premier League with Norwich City. This is a guy that for weeks I was betting as a everyday goal scorer. Getting involved with him in goal props, I think, is worth a look. Romelu Lukaku, guys like that. As far as one other one, just to keep an eye on early here, England, Croatia. Croatia knows England well. Don't sleep on the Croats. I actually bet them in the futures market. England is overvalued. I think a lot of the time they're always going to be given way more benefit of the doubt. Croatia's really talented. They have guys like Modric and just really tough defenders. So I think Croatia kind of dirties that match up. I'm going to look maybe towards like a draw no bet there, or a plus half a goal, something like that, to maybe kind of get a draw there or an early interesting result.
Jeff Nadu joining us, talking soccer, talking hoops. Jeff, I know you're not a college baseball guy, but I don't know, throw a few on ECU to win the series against Vanderbilt, just for some good vibes. We talked to Mincy yesterday, Ben Mintz from Barstool Sports. He broke down the super regionals, and he said he's going to leave Vanderbilt and ECU alone. The number is so high for Vandy, and they have such great pitching. I don't know if ECU is going to be able to win 2 games there in Nashville, but just for fun, throw a little bit on the Pirates.
I'm actually already ahead of you. I actually took them a small little shot on them to win the entire thing.
All right, there we go. Why not? Why not us? All right, big man, I like it. Thanks for joining us today. We will check in with you Monday. Have a great weekend, man, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Thanks, Clip. Always appreciate it.
There it is, Jeff Nadu, the BMOC, joining us today on Pirate Radio Live, talking about the NBA action going on tonight, some soccer going on this weekend, and big man is on the Pirates. A little good vibes there. Heading into the Super Regional coming up on Friday at noon. It'll be Game 1. We'll be here in the Pirate Radio studios watching it. Come watch with us. We'll be enjoying some awesome pizza and wings from Familia. And coming up in our next hour, we'll make you a winner, a $40 gift card to Familia. We'll be on the line today in Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. We'll come back, wrap up Hour 2. We'll talk more about the potential expansion of the college football playoffs and what that means for East Carolina, the American, and others. We'll do that to wrap up the hour. We got Corey Gloor and Stephen Igoe live from Nashville coming up in hour number 3 of today's show. We're back. Pirate Radio Live on the way after this.
In sports, if you think joy only happens after you win, think again. Look at the world's most successful athletes like Serena Williams, Brooks Koepka, and Alex Morgan. They don't spend all their days grinding away. They take time to enjoy themselves, like getting together with friends over a Michelob Ultra, because they know that happiness is the key to winning, and that joy is the whole game, not just the end game. Michelob Ultra. 95 calories, 2.6 grams of carbs. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. AB Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Hey Pirate fans, it's time to get that yard done right with the new John Deere mower from Quality Equipment. Our premium lawn care lineup is what every homeowner needs this spring. A John Deere will change the way you mow with easy-to-use attachments, effortless steering, and intuitive controls. Right now, save up to $700 on X300, X500, and X700 series mowers. Learn more at QualityEquip.com and get quality done right. Offer ends 10/29/21. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
For the latest from the world of golf, tune in every Saturday morning from 8 to 10 for the Golf Shop Radio Show, presented by GolfKnickers.com, the world's leader in traditional golf apparel. Hosts Mark Greenhelge and Matt Blanchard talk golf from tee to green and everything in between. If you like golf, you're going to love Golf Shop Radio. Before you tee up, drop on in. Welcome to the Golf Shop.
North Carolina State Parks is proud to announce that they have partnered with the Hometown Strong program. Our visitor centers are now equipped with public Wi-Fi to help kids with school. Remote learning has become a critical public health measure in maintaining social distance and continuing to educate our young people. Take advantage of Wi-Fi and a hike at Goose Creek State Park or a day trip to the beach and access remote learning at Fort Macon State Park. For more information, visit hometownstrong.nc.gov.
If you have family coming over this summer, the last thing you want is your air conditioning to not keep the house cool. Face it, the only thing worse than an irritable mother-in-law is a sweaty mother-in-law. So call Delcor to get ready for summer. For a limited time, put no money down and get 12 months same as cash when replacing an HVAC system. Keep your mother-in-law cool. Everybody will thank you. Go to DelcorInc.com or call 252-321-8868. Delcor, the service professionals.
This is James Greenleaf, the General Manager of Delcor Heating, Coolant, and Plumbing. If you've been holding off on replacing your AC unit, I urge you to make that decision now. The factories have warned all their dealers that HVAC equipment delays will get worse as demand exceeds production capabilities this summer. Don't wait until the peak of the summer heat to get your equipment replaced. Let's get your home ready now. We have great financing options available, including same as cash, no interest, and no payments for 12 months. Call Delcor at 321-8868 or visit us at DelcorInc.com. Delcor, the service professionals.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
Hey, Pirate Nation, Big Ed Watkins here from Ed Watkins Marine. You use the internet to shop for clothes to cars, so why not use it to shop for boats? Get your best price now at Ed Watkins Marine. We are located in Lake Norman, but we will deliver anywhere in North Carolina, from offshore center consoles and bass boats to just cruising or fishing the lakes of the intercoastal waterways. We have something for everyone. Go online now at Ed Watkins Marine and see our selection. Stick with a pirate and shop Ed Watkins Marine for all your next boats.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 2 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour is brought to you by University PC Care, your local tech support experts for all your business needs. Let University PC Care take care of it so you can take care of business. Visit universitypccare.com to learn more today. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Tommy's Express Car Wash. Come experience the difference at Tommy's. Now open at the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road. Doesn't your car deserve it? Visit Tommy's Express Car Wash today. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here is your host, Clip Brock.
Back with you on Pirate Radio Live here on a Thursday. We'll open up the booty bag, make you a winner in Hour 3. We'll talk to Corey Gloor, Stephen Igoe, live from Nashville. Looking at an article written by our previous guest, Aria Gerson from the Nashville Tennessean. There's a quote from Tim Corbin, Vanderbilt head coach. You know, it's funny. Every coach wants their team to be the best, but no coach wants anybody else to say their team is the best. When asked about ECU being an underdog, which Cliff Godwin has said earlier in the week, you know, nobody's giving us the snowball's chance in hell to win this thing. Corbin says, quote, "I don't buy into any of that crap. That's just someone's narrative. There's no such thing as an underdog. Not in this sport. It's who plays better baseball against the other. That's it. The team that plays better baseball will be the one that moves forward and plays. But it doesn't have anything to do with the underdog, super dog, whatever, hot dog, no dog." So, again, these coaches, now if you say these teams aren't that good, the coaches get upset. If you say these teams are too good and better than the opponent, they get upset. I guess they just don't want anybody to say anything at all about their teams. Everybody is the underdog. There's no favorite. It's all even. It always makes me chuckle a little bit.
A little bit. It's always good quotes too. I mean, that one is a great quote, and we get a lot from that from Cliff Godwin on a weekly basis. Yeah. You know, with his remarks. So Tim Corbin doing the same there, and I mean, I don't know. I don't necessarily agree with him, but at the same time, I don't fully disagree. I don't know, but yeah.
It doesn't have anything to do with the underdog, super dog, whatever, hot dog, no dog.
It has a lot to do with the hot dog.
So again, everybody wants to be the underdog. Everybody's looking for a chip. Like even like Tom Brady does it. You know, he has to go back to like when he was drafted and all those quarterbacks that went ahead of him. He has a chip. Michael Jordan, the best player ever, had the chip on his shoulder, not being on the high school team, or Charles Barkley winning the MVP instead of him. Like even if you're the best, you can find some like the tiniest bit of a slight to get that edge.
Yeah, I mean, and maybe he's using this as a tactic as, we don't want to be seen as a top dog. We don't want to make it seem like we think that we can like do this in a cakewalk or whatever.
No,
we want to be at the even playing field as East Carolina, whether they're better than us or they're lower than us. So we don't want to be seen as anything. We want to be equally good baseball teams and go out there this weekend and show what college baseball is all about.
Which is what?
It's all about the hot dog.
I was going to say that. Well done, Chandler. You're learning. You're doing great. All right, Chandler, a.k.a. Johnny, did a great job.
That was fun.
On the Pirate Radio Trivia, which is available now to view. We recorded that earlier today right here in the Pirate Radio studios with Pat and Chad, our two contestants today. Check that out. Play the at-home version. And if you would like to participate in a future event, Pirate Radio Trivia, let me know, and we'll get you in here and have a good time. And you could walk away with a 12-pack of White Claw and a $25 gift card to A.J. McMurphy's if you know your stuff. It's not all sports. Mixed in some movie, music trivia today. I've done geography. I've done history, U.S. presidents. So a lot of different topics we do.
I still say I want to do one where it's music related.
With you versus Chandler.
Yeah.
We'll do music. The problem is like...
yeah, I know. YouTube likes to mess with things.
Yeah.
I could do some movies.
We go to Twitter jail. I feel like if we did a music YouTube trivia, like the entire Pirate Radio building would collapse.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like, yeah.
All right. So back to this story real quick before we take a break. We'll talk about it with Igoe in hour 3. College Football Playoff Management Committee. There's too many committees, too many meetings. Let's speed this thing along. Will consider expanding to a 12-team format, a 12-team college football playoff. This would put the 6 highest-ranked conference champions in automatically. The 6 remaining highest-ranked teams will be the other field of 12, round out the field of 12. So there's no like Power 5 and 1 bonus. This could be 4 of your traditional Power 5 schools and the AAC in the Mountain West. Or it could be all Power 5s and the Sun Belt. It's the 6 highest ranked conference champions would get an automatic bid. You would have the top 4 teams, which have to be conference champions, would be receiving a bye, and then 5 versus 12, 6 versus 11, 7 versus 10, 8 versus 9. This is being proposed. Brett McMurphy says it's likely to go through, which is, as Redbeard said last hour when we were talking about this, what's the catch? Just doesn't it feel like, okay, this is awesome? Like there's no downside to this.
Well, I'm reading an article right now on footballscoop.com, and they were kind of gauging some of the coaches' reactions to this news, and a lot of them are focusing on 2 main themes, and one of them is obviously bigger money in terms of TV revenue if we go the 12 team playoff.
Yeah, more games, more money, more ads.
More ads. And then also they have this belief that it's not going to really change how the college football playoff, how it plays out. It doesn't really change anything as far as what it winds up being the remaining 4 teams.
Well, it's yesterday I was listening to Barstool's Pick Central. You had Mincy, who's an Ole Miss guy, Brandon Walker, Mississippi State guy. You had the intern, who's a Virginia guy, Big Ev, who's an Ohio State guy, and an intern who was an Alabama grad. And it's fascinating the way they look at it. The Alabama and Ohio State guys are like, should probably just make it 8, whatever. Like, we're going to be there at the end. Why play all these extra games? The Mississippi State, Ole Miss, Virginia guys were like, oh, this is great.
We'll get all the games we can get.
This will give us an opportunity to get in. So it really is good for the ones on the outside of the elite, which are Alabama, Clemson, Ohio State, Oklahoma is teetering on that tier.
On the fence.
And then, LSU will have a good year every now and then, Auburn, teams like that. So this is great for the teams that have not been invited or the teams that are just on the outside looking in, which, by the way, I went over the rankings last year and told you that here would be the matchups last year. And again, I can't do this properly because Notre Dame, I'll put Oklahoma at number 4 since they won their conference. So the top 4, the byes are Alabama, Clemson, Ohio State, Oklahoma. Number 5, Notre Dame would play Coastal Carolina. Number 6, Texas A&M would play number 11, Indiana. Number 7, Florida against number 10, Iowa State. Number 9, Cincinnati against number 8, Cincinnati against 9, Georgia. Those would have been the matchups, which sounds pretty awesome. And in future years, if you are a conference champion, you are ranked higher than the let's say East Carolina wins the AAC and is ranked 17th in the country, and Boise State wins the Mountain West and they are ranked 20th in the country. ECU would get that automatic spot in to the ranking. Now they'd probably be like the 12 seed and have to play a good team, but it's an automatic spot in the game. So the 6 highest ranked teams there from those conferences get in. I love it. Like,
I do
too. More football is good. Ronnie Woodward's going to hate it. Can't wait to talk to him on Monday because he's a BCS guy.
But this gives him an opportunity to bring out the nerd pin in different scenarios of the playoffs.
More nerd pin should be a good thing for him, right?
Right, absolutely.
Yeah,
I like this too, but I'm going to think of the negative and going forward, and there's going to be a bunch of arguing and complaining about who should be ranked higher.
Well, I just remembered why I brought that up, Chandler. Thank you. The number 13 ranked team last year, North Carolina.
See, that would have been a shit show. Excuse me.
I don't think you can say that.
Sorry. My bad.
Wow.
What is wrong with you?
Where did you go, Chandler?
Well, you said Carolina, and I hate that school, so it got me into a angry state.
All right. Well, we're going to talk about things on the air sometimes that you don't like, and we got to make sure you can't just drop F-bombs, S-bombs.
Wow.
So, man, I have fallen into the hole that Glenn did earlier this year, and then Bryce. So now it's me.
Y'all are some swearing
sons
of bees.
Mike Oresco has a quote.
But there's going to be complaining going on.
Yes.
Let me get one more point in, Shirley.
Okay, go ahead.
Here's my negative conspiracy, Chandler, on that. If they had North Carolina and Coastal Carolina right there when they're making the rankings for 12-13, would they give North Carolina the bump ahead of Coastal Carolina because they are the big-time ACC school and all that? So, I don't know. My conspiracy antenna goes up in those cases. Would they give it to Northwestern for a 6-2 year? Would they bump one of those quote-unquote bigger boys ahead of the little fella, Coastal Carolina? I don't know. All right, what Mike Oresco said this is going to be a fantastic deal for East Carolina. Shane Carden and Justin Harney.
Are you going to let me read it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, he says, this proposal, which treats all FBS conferences equally, has real merit. Under this plan, we would have made the playoff in 5 of the 7 years of the playoff era. It affirms our P6 positioning.
That was amazing.
It was really good, Shirley. You do a very good...
Shirley!
We'll call you Michelle Oresco.
Michelle Oresco.
And he's right. So he said using those numbers, an American school would have made it 5 of the 7 years.
Yep.
A lot of UCF, a lot of Cincinnati.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, Temple.
Maybe a Houston in there somewhere?
Yeah, maybe a Houston.
Yeah.
All right. Why is Brandon Manning here? He's supposed to come in tomorrow.
I don't know why he's here, but he did say if you're anywhere in the vicinity of Dickinson Avenue because of all the heavy rain, everybody who lives in Greenville knows what I'm talking about. That dip underneath the train trestle on Dickinson, it is flooded and there is a vehicle submerged. So please do not travel down Dickinson if you can help it.
All right. Well, I don't know how I'm going to get home. Steve said someone missed the dump button. We don't have a dump button. Scott said so much for the delay. Steve said Chandler committed a total burglary. A burglary.
You know what? It's crazy. As much as I cuss, as much as I cuss off the air, I'm surprised it hasn't happened earlier.
Oh, you cut this mic off, I'm swearing like a sailor, baby. I'm effing this, S that, B this. Yeah!
Total goat rodeo.
It's a total goat rodeo. But when
maybe that's what I should have said.
When this mic turns on, I am a true professional.
Absolutely.
All right, let's take a bleeping time out. We'll come back. We'll talk to Corey F. and Gloor. Gloor.
Wow.
Gore. We'll talk to Steve-O Igoe, and we'll make you a winner. Open up the booty bag. More to go on Pirate Radio Live after this. The best place for delicious food and great prices is Familia. Familia has $6 lunch specials, a $10 pizza of the week, and every Thursday has $2 drafts all day. Sunday brunch is the best for food and family. Come and enjoy favorites like shrimp and grits, made-to-order omelets, French toast, and drink specials like $3 mimosas, beer mimosas, or $5 Bloody Marys. Familia, Fire Tower Road near Pitt Community College, and FamiliaNC.com.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Tom Brown from Brown & Wood Buick GMC Truck. We've been serving the Pirate Nation in Eastern North Carolina for 83 years. We have 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 showrooms, and 1 goal to make sure you leave a happy customer.
This month at Brown & Wood, get an all-new Buick Encore GX 2021 and save over $3,500 or 0% for 72 months. And as always, Brown & Wood is the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
We're located on Greenville Boulevard next to the Convention Center, or shop us online at brownandwoodauto.com.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Gray Williams from the Pitt County Pirate Club, inviting you to join us on Saturday, June 19th for our first annual Cornhole Tournament presented by Miller Lite. There will be 2 divisions to compete in, the Advanced and the Competitive. Each division will have a doubles and a singles bracket. The total payout for the tournament will be $4,800. Hurry, space is limited. Sign up today by going to Eventbrite and searching Pitt County Pirate Club Cornhole Tournament or finding us on Facebook. Go Pirates!
The convenience of Pitt Greenville Airport is waiting just outside your front door. Service is back, so you're connected to destinations worldwide through flights from American Airlines. Plan your next trip. Book your flights today at flypgv.com or aa.com.
Ready to travel and take a trip? American Airlines has recently added more flights in and out of PGV. Book today and enjoy the friendly convenience of flying from your local airport. American Airlines, now with more flights available at PGV. Book today at aa.com. PGV, where the pirates fly.
Okay, let's just try not to embarrass ourselves and everything will be fine.
Yeah, sure, totally. Is that a Pepsi Wild Cherry?
Oh, no. Please, not here. Not here.
Too late. You know something, Steve? Flavor Mania's about to run wild.
Oh, not Flavor Mania.
Pepsi Wild Cherry's about to drop a flavor suplex right into your pie hole. It's gonna hit your taste buds with a top rope elbow of flavor. It's gonna be delicious. It's gonna be refreshing. It's gonna throw your wild cherry loving brain right through the announcer's table.
Oh, I can't take you anywhere.
Flavor Mania doesn't need your permission, Steve, because the world knows that nothing is gonna get between Pepsi Wild Cherry and that flavor championship belt. Are you ready to get wild?
Oh, please don't.
Come
get
on,
wild.
Steve. I said, are you ready to get wild?
Seriously, does this always have to happen when you drink Pepsi Wild Cherry?
You better believe it, brother.
Pepsi Wild Cherry. Now available in 0 sugar. That's what I like.
At US Cellular, we see our customers as more than just customers. They're neighbors. When you switch to US Cellular, you can get the new Samsung Galaxy S21 5G for free with no hidden requirements. As a neighbor, you deserve it. US Cellular. America's locally grown wireless. Terms apply. See uscellular.com for details.
This is Brandon Tate, owner and operator of Atlantic Wireless, an authorized agent for U.S. Cellular since 1997. Visit atlanticwireless.com to find the store near you. We go beyond the call.
I'm Sam Jones, and for more than 3 generations, my folks have kept the fires burning for Eastern North Carolina Whole Hog Barbecue. At Sam Jones, you'll find our smokehouse pumping out wood-fired meats, cooked fresh every single day. There are no freezers at our place. Everything, and we mean everything, is made fresh daily, including our sides, sweets, and sauces. Stop in and see us, and I bet you'll be able to taste our passion in just one bite. At Sam Jones Barbecue, you'll find plenty of smoke, but no mirrors.
This is Big John Williams, strength and conditioning coach for East Carolina football, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. The Tarboro River Bandits are back. Come experience the best collegiate baseball around this summer. Games start early June. For more information or to purchase tickets, visit TarboroRiverBandits.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Save lives, be a hero, and make $1,000 your very first month donating plasma at Grifols Biomat USA. It's the easiest way to make extra money. Start now at Biomat USA on 505 South Memorial Drive in Greenville. Make up to $1,000 a month and save lives now at Grifols Biomat USA. A better donor experience and better pay. Now let's head back into Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Brock.
All right, let's get it out of the way. Hour 3, Pirate Radio Live. I'm the dummy. I sent Brandon Manning, former Pirate, Farm Bureau, a message that said, "Are you available Thursday at 5?" He said, "I can be." I said, "Come on in." He said, 10-4. It is Thursday. It is 5:08. He is here. Last segment, I said, "What is Brandon doing here?" He's supposed to be here tomorrow. It's been a hectic week. I've had to schedule a lot of guests, move around times. I'm the dummy, not Brandon. He's great. I suck.
Fair weather idiots.
There you go.
But again, you still are better than Chandler on certain things after a few comments he made during the break.
Yes, Chandler's mouth really getting him in trouble today. He just said the S word a moment ago. He might not talk the rest of the show. That loud scream you hear is Corey Gloor with a fantastic call Saturday night at Clark LeClaire Stadium. ECU coming back to beat Charlotte. They then went on to beat Maryland and win the Greenville Regional. And now Corey joins us live from Nashville. Corey, we have Brandon just came in. Dickinson is flooded. Somebody on Facebook Live says, Susan says Red Banks is flooded. We are living in a torrential downpour right now. How is the weather there in Nashville?
First of all, last week I commended you for getting rid of Chandler, and it sounds like you needed to. So, great work, Chandler. And right now the weather is fine. There's maybe a shower that's still forming right above us here in west side of Nashville, but we are in the 80s. It is humid, a little bit of a cooling breeze, but right now we're okay. Right now we're fine.
And we talked to Malcolm yesterday, Corey. I believe he said the Pirates were going to get their NCAA mandated, hour and 30 minutes of practice time, whatever it was. Were the Pirates able to get on the field today?
Yeah, they're just wrapping that up now. It's 4:15 local time. In fact, I see some of the coaches. They're within walking distance their hotel from the ballpark, and so I saw Jason Dietrich, Jeff Palumbo walking back to the hotel right in front of me right now. So they're just about done here.
All right. Corey Gloor joining us on the Fixed NC Live line. I talked to Aria Gerson earlier in the show. She is the beat writer for Vanderbilt baseball from the Tennessee, and she asked Cliff Godwin a question earlier this week, Corey, about the star power on the field here with Rocker, with Leiter, and with Gavin Williams, with Connor Norby, Francisco. I asked her, how much are those guys being discussed by the coaches, players, media, fans in Nashville? Probably not as much as we here in Greenville are talking about Rocker and Leiter, but what are you hearing about the Pirates while you're there, Corey, from their local media, from people there, and how much respect is being shown to ECU out there?
Don't take this the wrong way and as a slight for the national media. I haven't heard a thing about it, to be frank. I've had We were downtown yesterday, and a few people recognized some of the shirts that we were wearing, but a fewer people knew that we were in town, frankly, to play Vanderbilt. So it's not quite as strong on the radar here as back in Green.
What are people talking about? Like Titans minicamp or something? What's going on?
It's got Julio Jones.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's a big deal out here. I think they're anticipating a sellout here tomorrow. I know that was on ice a little bit, but when push comes to shove, Vanderbilt, just athletic-wide, is not a major ripple in this community because football and basketball have not been very strong.
Yeah.
Has been, but the stronghold of college baseball here in this city just isn't as deep as in Greenville. That doesn't mean people aren't interested. That doesn't mean it won't be rowdy tomorrow, and that doesn't mean that the media here isn't at least aware of what's going on. But in terms of being relayed back to us since we got here, there hasn't been. That's been sent my way.
Yeah, gotcha. Corey Gloor joining us. Corey, we'll ask you about announcing a game until 1 a.m. in the morning. Brandon Manning, you are a great person, a great human. You were very accommodating. I talked to you between games on Saturday. You gave me a water, ice cold water. I talked to you Sunday when I was a fan. You gave me an ice cold Pirate beverage.
That's what we do at the truck.
You are a gentleman. You had to order a pizza from Domino's to get you through the delay. How long did you and your family stay out there on Sunday?
The full time.
Wow.
I got home around 1:30, got in bed around 2:15, and then woke up at 8 and went to the beach for the few days. So it was a good time. Couldn't ask for a better actual weather after the rain.
Yeah. You're right. Corey, Cliff said he looked at his watch on the field, as he tends to do after games, and thought something had screwed up. He didn't realize the time. How about you? Did you feel it during the game? Did you feel it after the game? Or were you so hyped up and wrapped up in what was happening on the field you didn't really know that you were calling the game early Monday morning?
Yeah, forgive me. My service here has been really spotty, so I heard some of your questions. But I think I was. There were a few moments over the weekend in which I was a little bit taken aback by the environment. It's been so long, and I think that's kind of what you were asking me about there, Cliff. And if it's not, I apologize. But this is how I'm answering your question. It was great to be a part of it. You feel a little bit disconnected when you're calling a game or when you're in the booth like you, Cliff, but. Saturday night and then Sunday night and Monday morning, those were some of the craziest crowds, the loudest crowds I've ever experienced in that park. And I think Sunday was the loudest I've ever heard it. And there have been some close runners-up, but Saturday late in that game, that was as bonkers of a Clark affair as ever.
It was awesome and great to be a part of. And now ECU will take their act on the road and face Vanderbilt. And Corey, how about the pitching matchup you're going to get on Friday between Gavin Williams and Kumar Rocker? Two of the best. It'll be, I guess, Leiter and Wisenhunt coming up on Saturday. Just pristine pitching here, and runs could be at a premium. Corey Gloor, is that what you're predicting for this weekend, especially on Friday?
Yeah, frankly, I think that's how ECU was going to hope this thing goes, is that runs are at a premium, because you kind of approach this weekend figuring that Rocker will get his strikeout numbers, Leiter will get his on Saturday. You can hit these guys. They're not unhittable. They are one station and hitouts, but, I mean, you can get fastballs as long as you don't swing at those elevated, especially Leiters. But I think the onus is on the pitching staff here for East Carolina to, you're not going to match him pitch for pitch, every step of the way. Gavin might be able to with Rocker, but you just have to match him out for out. And so the one weakness that Vanderbilt has is they aren't a terribly deep pitching staff. There are some gettable arms in that bullpen. So if you can wear down a Rocker or a Leiter, you don't swing at stuff out of the zone, which they're so good at throwing the zone and making guys chase, then you can work at bats up a little bit more, the bullpen, and then you can start teeing off a little bit more. But until you get to that point, it's on Gavin and it's on Carson to match out for these guys and hope that this is a low scoring tight affair when you get towards the seventh.
Corey Gloor joining us on the Fixed NC Live line. Corey, we will let you run. We appreciate a few minutes of your time today here on Pirate Radio Live. Game 1 of the College World Series is Saturday, June 19th. So you'll be there towards the end of the week. So we'll talk to you live from Omaha this time next week, Corey. How's that sound?
I love it. Let's do it.
All right, sounds good. Corey Gloor joining us there, the play-by-play voice of the ECU Baseball Pirates on the Pirates IMG Learfield College Network. Brandon Manning, your thoughts on Vanderbilt?
They're just like us. They're built heavy on the front of their lineup. I mean, when Connor Norby gets on, we're tough. I mean, we're very, very much in the upper echelon of college baseball this year. And I was telling you in the break that Bradfield, their leadoff man, he has more walks than he does strikeouts this year. So he gets on base. He finds different ways. He gets hit a lot. And
go ahead and throw out the comparison you gave me. We got some old Braves fans listening.
I did throw a comparison in looks and the way he plays and the way he slaps it around. He's very Otis Nixon-like.
I like the throwback. And that tells me when he gets on the base, too, he's pretty dangerous.
I think I read a stat. He was like 42 for 48 on the year. He's got 42 stolen bases. And I don't know our highest person, but I want to think it's in the teens.
I was going to say that's a really high number for college baseball.
Yeah, so he's 42 for 48 on the year, which means, he gets on, it's a triple, basically. Yeah. So he's hitting over 300. He's starting off. I mean, they got a lot of Isaiah Thomas hit the, clinching grand slam, I think it was. I mean, he's another one that's coming on hot right now, and I think they have a Carter something or another. I looked up.
We'll say Frutiger.
Frutiger. That's another old school local baseball talent.
Local reference.
But I mean, they have a lot of quality hitters, man. There was a lot of very much like us. All their home run hitters are right in the middle. They're all 13, 14, 15 home runs apiece, and they have a quality leadoff guy. So they're very much built like us. But on the defensive side of the ball, Rocker's Rocker and Lighter's Lighter, and but Rocker has been a little bit wild this year. He has 3 losses. Why can't we make it 4?
Anybody can be beat. The one thing that he has that Lighter doesn't have is like this big-time postseason experience, right? I mean,
he does. Was it struck out 16 in a regional or something like that? And, I mean, he's the prototypical college pitcher. He's Mark Pryor when Pryor pitched in the College World Series those years. Everybody gets up there, expects him to strike out 15, and the game's over with when he's pitching. And that's what everybody's got to. Gavin had a bad game the other day. So what? It's over with. He's going to be back this game. He still doesn't have a loss on the year.
Yeah, so 10-0 on the season.
I really expect him to bounce back, and as long as he doesn't overthrow too much, I think he'll lead us and play out for out like Corey was just talking.
Brandon Manning joining us, former Pirate, also sponsors the Pirate Radio ECU Baseball Recap, Farm Bureau. Brandon's cell phone is always on him. He's got it ready to go, work or business hours or play hours. And what's your phone number if people want to take a look at things, Brandon?
252-531-1812.
There it is, folks. Give him a call, and he'll get you set up. All right, you going to stick around for a little while?
I can, yeah.
All right, we'll get Igoe on when we return. We also have to open up the Pirate Radio booty bag. We'll do that later on this hour. I don't know if you're eligible. Hannah might be.
No, it's been within 6 weeks.
I do have a question I want to ask. How does a sweet person like Hannah get mixed up in your world and deal with you?
I'll tell you the story at break.
All right, well, there's a story to be told there. Take a time out, come back. More to go on Pirate Radio Live on a Thursday. Back with you after this.
This is Stephen Igoe. You've heard from me plenty on Pirate Radio Live and perhaps have read some of my work on hoistthecolors.net. Now, get an extension of our in-depth coverage on the Hoist the Colors podcast. From game previews to immediate post-game analysis to emergency podcasts for breaking news, we've got you covered. A cast of guest co-hosts from fans, former coaches, and other writers join me for 2 podcasts weekly to break down all things ECU athletics. Subscribe to Hoist the Colors now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or Google Podcasts.
Here with Mike Mullis from Fixed NC. And Mike, you were telling me the other day, people ask you all the time, I didn't know you did that. What does that mean?
Anything that involves property damage repair, call us first. If it's your crawl space, you've got interior humidity issues, a water loss, your ice maker line breaks, obviously fire and smoke, everybody knows we do those. But anything that involves interior or exterior property damage, we're your repair experts.
Mike, how can everybody get in touch with you?
252-999-0001 or fixednc.com.
Introducing Tommy Club, the best car wash value anywhere. Starting at just $19.99 a month, you can wash your car as often as you like, and also take advantage of our express lanes exclusively for Tommy Club members. You can enjoy a gentle belt conveyor ride to a spot-free shine faster and as often as you like when you're a member of Tommy Club. Plus, our vacuums and mat washers are always free. We're Tommy's Express.
Tommy's Express Wash, now open on the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road in Greenville.
Domino's week-long carry-out deal means you can carry out 3-topping pizzas for $7.99 each every day. That's right, $7.99 each, and every day means any day. But just in case there's any confusion, we've set up a helpful website to confirm if today's a day you can carry out 3-topping pizzas for $7.99 each at Domino's. Just go to howaboutoday.com to find out if Domino's week-long carry-out deal is valid today. Spoiler alert, it is. Carry out only. You must ask for this limited time offer. Prices, participation, and charges may vary. Excludes extra large and specialty pizzas. Crust availability varies by size.
With rates being historically low, now is the best time to buy or refinance your home. This is Talbot Green with Angel Oak Home Loans. Now is the time to take advantage of the opportunity to buy more home or refinance your current mortgage. The combination of our local team's experience and Angel Oak's wide offerings of products from standard conventional, government, and portfolio loans has something for most financial situations. For more information, call Talbot Green, Joanne Weir, or Wanda Hager at 751-2060.
NMLS 1719250 and 685-842. Equal housing lender.
The whole family's home. It's almost time to eat again, but you don't feel like cooking again. So close the microwave, put away that box of instant whatever, drop your spatula, pick up the phone, and get a Big Bow box delivered with 8 pieces of legendary fried chicken, fluffy buttermilk biscuits, fixins, and tea. Because no one ever said a home-cooked meal has to be cooked at home. Just tap your favorite delivery app for a Big Bow box at your front door. It's bow time.
Have you ever seen those exotic aquariums like the guys do in Las Vegas on television? You ever thought about having one of these aquariums in your business? It's more affordable than you think. This is Hal Pruitt with rentafishtank.com. We can make having an aquarium in your business turnkey with no work, cleaning, or hassles for you. Rentafishtank.com creates a relaxing atmosphere and keeps children occupied. Rentafishtank.com already services many dental, pediatric, and doctor offices, plus hospitals and senior living centers. Check us out at rentafishtank.com.
Hey Birdland, the Junior Orioles Dugout Club is now Kids Cheer Free Plus, presented by Baltimore area Chick-fil-A restaurants. Kids Cheer Free Plus is the all-new Orioles Kids Club for fans 14 and under. For just $30, each membership receives a ticket voucher for 4 free tickets, a limited edition cap, lanyard, membership card, face mask, and more. That's all the perks for just $30 with Kids Cheer Free Plus, presented by Baltimore area Chick-fil-A restaurants. Purchase now at Orioles.com/kidsfreeplus.
This is Coach Blake Carroll, defense coordinator for East Carolina football, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. The Tarboro River Bandits are back. Come experience the best collegiate baseball around this summer. Games start early June. For more information or to purchase tickets, visit TarboroRiverBandits.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back, and the Tarboro River Bandits are back. Come experience the best collegiate baseball around this summer. Only 20 minutes from Greenville, the Tarboro River Bandits have a beautiful stadium, family and kid-friendly atmosphere, great food and drink specials, plus the coldest beer in the East. Games have already started, and for more information or if you want to purchase a ticket, visit TarboroRiverBandits.com. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Brock.
Back with you on Pirate Radio Live here on a Thursday. We'll open up the Pirate Radio booty bag at the conclusion of this segment. A $40 gift card to Familia is on the line. Great spot. Brandon, are you still a Wintervillian? Close enough to it.
There's like 3 different towns associated with my road I live on.
Okay.
Technically, I have an Aden address, but I live like 300 feet from a Winterville address.
Familia, I wish Familia was around when I was a kid. Just a road over from where I grew up.
We had Bob's.
We did.
Isn't it?
Bob's was great. No. Familia's big.
Oh, yeah, you're right. We had a Familia light pizza last night.
It's very, very good. $40 gift card coming up in just a moment. And we will be eating Familia coming up on Friday in the Pirate Radio studios. Where are you watching the game tomorrow?
I'm going to go to Pirate Radio sponsor Tiebreakers tomorrow.
Okay.
And try to get there.
All right. Well, you can drop by here if you'd like, just to show your face and watch some innings. Up to you. We will be watching the game, enjoying some Familia tomorrow. Stephen Igoe will be at the game coming up on Friday at noon, and he joins us here. He'll actually be there at 11 Central Time. Some morning baseball, Igoe, and I don't know. Is everybody done complaining about the start time at this point? Just ready for some baseball, Igoe?
Yeah, I think everybody's just ready to play. I mean, the main thing is ECU's in a super regional. They didn't finish this time at Monday at midnight, so the turnaround isn't as bad. Ronnie Woodward and I from Reflector just got done walking over to Vanderbilt's campus, checking out the athletics facilities. We're walking back now to the hotel, but we actually, even though practice was technically closed to the media, we managed to sneak our way in and watch the Pirates finish up and break down practice. So they seem pretty serious and intense, and I think they're ready for tomorrow.
How's Nashville? How's the campus? And have you done any extracurricular activities to this point?
We got here around 2:00 local time, and so extracurricular activities. No drinking yet, but we did eat at Hattie B's, which I've been to in the past. 24/7 Sports' headquarters are actually right outside Nashville.
Did you get the spicy chicken or the regular chicken?
I got medium.
Okay.
I got medium chicken. So it was somewhat fancy, but it was hot chicken.
Wow.
No interest in that.
Brandon, have you been there?
I have. It's a great place.
What'd you get?
Place. I got the spicy chicken wings. I guess they're like boneless wings. I think I got there. It's pretty good. It's been about 2 years.
All right, good deal.
You have to wait for hours to get in unless you know somebody.
Well, Steven knows a lot of people, so
we timed it up good. Where we went at 3:30 in the afternoon, so we didn't go at lunch or dinner, and so that ended up actually working out pretty well. So we had a 5-minute wait, and then we had to wait for our food for 10 minutes, and that was about it. So it wasn't too bad. But you asked about Vanderbilt's facilities. Honestly, we walked on the football field was open. We walked on the field and saw the stadium, and honestly, pretty surprised at how lax it is. If you would have told me that this is an SEC facility, I would have not believed you. It's pretty mundane. ECU blows it out of the water, which it makes sense now that Vandy is putting $300 million into their football and basketball programs in the coming years. But it's pretty lax, to be quite honest.
Yeah, and was it you, Igoe, that had the article? I think we linked to it from Pirate Radio. It was 24/7 Sports. I don't know if it was yours or Vanderbilt's site, but just talking about how there are certainly much more, rowdy game day environments than one you'll find at Vanderbilt. It's not going to be the Arkansas, the Ole Miss, Mississippi State environment. And there's going to be a lot of Pirate fans there, too. So maybe they can control a little bit of that environment. But I don't know, not the rowdy SEC atmosphere maybe you think about when it comes to college baseball.
No, I don't think so. It's not like you're going to Arkansas or Ole Miss. And, now, granted, the baseball facility was really nice, kind of quaint and small, but nice, much nicer than the football facility in terms of just how much money has been poured into it in terms of the size. But, I don't think you have to worry about a raucous crowd tomorrow. They'll certainly be into the game, the Whistlers and all of that. And, but I think a good contingent of ECU fans will be here to support the Pirates.
What do you think about Tim Corbin going with the quote, "I don't buy into any of that crap when it comes to being the underdog"? He says there's no such thing as an underdog, not in this sport. Says it doesn't have anything to do with the underdog, super dog, whatever, hot dog, no dog, end quote. That was his quote. Both teams, I said it earlier, Igoe, coaches want their teams to be the best, but they don't want anybody to say they're the best. Everybody wants to have that chip and keep that chip on the shoulder. And Cliff Godwin's done it earlier this week with "we don't have a snowball's chance in hell," people are saying, and all that. Now Vanderbilt's coach is trying to do the same.
I should probably just put Ronnie on the phone since he's the one who asked the question.
Oh, great.
Elicit that response. But, No, it's. I'm not surprised at all that he went that route. I'm not surprised that Cliff Godwin went the route he did. I think if you're a coach, you're looking for any advantage or against any disadvantage for your team. For ECU, you can play at the underdog card. If you're Vandy, you don't want to play it up because you don't want your guys going overconfident. You know, I do think this is a very young Vanderbilt team. If you look at the guys who are on the roster and playing a lot now versus 2019, outside of Kumar Rocker and a couple other guys, it is completely different. But they are so talented across the board. They should be the favorite. I mean, all their guys are like top 50, top 100 national recruits. A lot of their pitchers throw 95 plus. They just are young. They're just so talented across the board. I mean, speed, power, offensively, and there's a reason Tim Corbin has won as much as he has because he recruits at a very high level. When you have great academics with great baseball success, you're going to have a heck of a program. So they should be the favorite. ECU should be the underdog. That's the way it is, whether he likes it or not. You know, he can deal with it.
Stephen, write me a script. How does ECU win game one with Gavin Williams on the mound? What has to happen for the Pirates with Gavin, obviously, with a long start, a long performance, and what do the bats need to do? Have you even seen a vision in your crystal ball of ECU winning on Friday?
I mean, it's probably like most people's. I think if you're ECU, you have to find a way to scratch out a 3-2, 3-1, 4-2 type of victory. Like, I just don't think you're going to go out there and beat Vanderbilt and Kumar Rocker 7-4 on Friday. I just think it's more than likely. You know, Rocker is the best arm ECU's faced this year. Unless he just totally doesn't have his stuff and walks a bunch of guys, it's going to be a struggle to string stuff together for ECU. So what I do think should be the game plan, and a lot of people don't like how much Cliff Godwin bunts, but if you get the leadoff man on early in the game, I have no problem sacrifice bunting that guy to second. Put some pressure on Rocker and on Vanderbilt so he just can't go out there from the windup and just mow guys down. If there's a guy on second with one out a couple times in the early innings, at least he'll have to pitch more carefully. You'll get his pitch count up. You'll do some things like that, and you can get to that bullpen quicker. So, obviously, ideally, you score early. Kind of put Vanderbilt on his heels, you get some confidence early, but I think it comes down to Gavin Williams has to be the Gavin Williams we've seen for the majority of the year for ECU to have a shot.
Stephen Igoe, Hoist the Colors, joining us live from Nashville. You, Ronnie, and the crew have fun tonight, Igoe, and for last-minute reading, you check out hoistthecolors.net, and Stephen, we'll see you back here next week after you return, and while you're maybe planning a trip to Omaha.
It would be stressful to do, so we'll see how it transpires. But thanks, guys. See you next week.
All right, there's Stephen Igoe. Brandon Chandler, I think, asked you, are you going to Nashville? And you said, no, I'm going to Omaha.
I am.
Now,
that is my plan.
How confident are you that this is the Pirate team that can finally achieve that goal?
Very, very confident. We got some people to step up in the leadership, you know, from last year and previous years and stuff like that. And it's just, this team is built more for longevity. It's built for a 3-game series, a true weekend series.
Which we haven't had in a long time.
When was the last time we didn't get at least 2 wins in a weekend?
Wasn't this year.
Bam.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think the way we... There we go.
He just hit me with a bam.
Bam.
Is that your catchphrase?
No, whammo. What's that, Anchorman? But no, I really think the way Cliff likes to work pitchers and do stuff, he said it, pitch count. We've got to get their pitch count high. Got to take advantage of them.
We need everybody to be Zach Agnos.
Yes, we need some 14 pitch at bats. And I mean, and look, foul them off. Don't worry about it. I mean, but limiting strikeouts. Put the ball in play. Rabbit Fulgham said one time, pop flies don't take bad hops. So put the ball in play. See what they can make some mistakes, and let's get to their bullpen early, because I don't think they have that. They don't have that bridge guy that we have. And when we have somebody that can go, 5, 6, 7, and then give it to Bridges on the end and say, "Hey, take it over." But they don't have that.
Did you bring up Rabbit Fulgham? So I would then bring up your Rabbit Fulgham story that you told the other day.
Oh, I did not.
You want to tell it real quick?
Nah, I'm good with that.
I like it. So it's a great message. I joked that you only told the story so you could tell all of us around your truck that you hit a double in a big game.
No, it wasn't a big game actually at all. It was a truly meaningless game, to be honest with you.
But you hit a double. But what did he tell you right before you went to hit?
So we're on deck, and coached. He doesn't even remember this. He's just a great coach, probably one of the best I ever had. And he calls time. I've been struggling or something, and he calls time. Says, "Man, and bee flies fast. It stings you." I said, "All right." I go up there and I get it bad. I get the hit and get the third on a wild pitch, and he says, "Man, that's a great swing. What were you doing?" I said, "Coach, to be honest with you, all I could do was talking about bees flying fast and steam." He says, "Exactly. You weren't thinking about hitting, were you?" I said, there you go, right there. Don't overthink it out there. Just do.
All right, there you go, folks. Pass that one along to your son in the batting cage next time he's in there. All right, Brandon Manning is here. Chandler is serving a 1-hour suspension. Chandler, you can talk again. I'm kind of nervous about what you're going to say, though.
No, I'm fine. I had a seminar I had to go to in the back, and now I'm good.
Sensitivity training.
Yeah,
he had a 10-minute video he needed to watch.
Okay,
Shirley beat my ass.
See, there you go.
You can't stop. What is wrong with you?
Jesus. We say ass all the time.
I know, but
back in the hall you go.
It's like a gateway drug.
Yeah.
You say that one, you're going to say the next one. There's a good book you should read right over there.
Is that another Ellerby book in there?
Wait, you know about these?
Ellerby? Yes. I get recommendations all the time.
All right.
It's great literature.
All right. Well, maybe we'll...
He read chapter 1 to me a couple weeks ago.
Can we send that one home with you?
Which one is it?
Stick Together.
Stick Together.
John Gordon and Kate Lavelle.
I might have read that one.
Yeah, you might have. Or you might have not. All right, 317-1250, Shirley. Let's open up the Pirate Radio booty bag.
Booty, 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 booty everywhere. Booty, 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 booty everywhere.
All right, no Mannings are eligible. That includes Peyton, Eli, and Cooper.
Archie.
Maybe Arch, the young Manning, can win. And Hannah. Hannah Manning can win. She's been a winner in the past year.
She has.
At Pirate Radio. Shirley, what caller are we looking for?
I'm looking for caller 12.
Was y'all's Shirley cam going haywire?
Yeah,
it fell.
It fell, and I'm trying to fix it.
We'll get it fixed in the break.
Caller 12, 317-1250. How about a $40 gift card to Familia? Can be yours.
Good.
317-1250. We're back with more after this.
You've worked hard to start your business and are working even harder to make it successful. That's when it's most important to have a community bank and a local banker in your corner. This is Eric Clark from Select Bank and Trust. Our team of local bankers care about you, our customer, and the communities in which we all live and serve together. As the business and economic conditions of 2020 threw you many curveballs, our team at Select Bank and Trust remains steadfast in being responsive to your ever-changing needs. In 2021, choose Select Bank and Trust. Bank local, bank select, member FDIC.
When fun finally returns, Bud Light Legends don't just come back. They come roaring back, carrying a cooler full of Bud Lights, an inflatable dolphin, and those Velcro pads with the balls that stick to them. And this summer, with a cooler at their side, they're gonna make up for all the fun we've missed. Welcome back, Bud Light Legends. It's time to take summer by the coolers. Cooler up at BudLightLegends.com. Enjoy responsibly. 2021 AB Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Here with Melissa from ENS Hemp Company. Melissa, tell us how your products and services can help people.
Well, for over 2.5 years, the team at ENS Hemp Company has been helping educate our community on the many benefits of our products. Our customers have seen great success dealing with everything from stress, anxiety, fatigue, pain, and PTSD, just to name a few. You can come in today and our staff can help you find the best products for your needs. You can visit us at Fire Tower Road near Sam Jones Barbecue or enshempcompany.com.
UBE and PirateWear.com are proud to offer the Pirate Nation its largest inventory ever. Brand new Adidas is arriving daily, along with Under Armour, Columbia, and Russell Athletic. UBE is loaded with cargo, and new items are being added daily to PirateWear.com. Be sure to check out our children's store, The Crow's Nest, for all of your young pirates. UBE and PirateWear.com, an ECU tradition for 50 years. Go Pirates!
In studio with Dr. Shondell Jones from Kinetic Physical Therapy. Dr. Jones, you guys are expanding and growing.
Yeah, we sure are. One of the things that a lot of people don't know is that we actually have a pediatric practice as well. It's called Kinetic Pediatric Therapy. We've got speech, physical, and occupational therapy there just for kids. If you're concerned about your child's development or just want to make sure they're on track, you can bring them in for a screen. If they need evaluation, we're able to do that and help them continue to develop. For more information, you can visit us at kptkids.com or give us a call, 689-6043.
At US Cellular, we see our customers as more than just customers. They're neighbors. When you switch to US Cellular, you can get the new Samsung Galaxy S21 5G for free with no hidden requirements. As a neighbor, you deserve it. US Cellular, America's locally grown wireless. Terms apply. See uscellular.com for details.
Does the idea of going to your local U.S. Cellular store make you feel a bit uncomfortable? Tired of the hassle of waiting and wearing a mask? Let Toby Williams and his outside sales team take away that worry. They will come right to your home or office and drop your phone off on the porch or at the front desk for you. Saving you time and worry is what the team at Cellular Warehouse is all about. Call Toby today at 252-799-7051 and let them help you with all of your wireless needs. Cellular Warehouse, your local U.S. Cellular authorized agent.
If you love the food at Villa Verde, and hey, who doesn't? Now Villa Verde makes it even easier for you to order takeout. Tell us about it, Jay.
If you go to myvillaverde.com, you can order online, and we'll have it ready for you to go. Plus, you can pick it up at either one of our locations. No waiting in line to pay, and no waiting at all. Just pick it up and go. With online ordering from myvillaverde.com, or from our mobile app, plus even from our Facebook page. Villa Verde, now with 2 Greenville locations to serve you. Villa Verde, a platform for good.
This is Tim Doust, ECU Football Special Teams Coordinator, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. The Tarboro River Bandits are back. Come experience the best collegiate baseball around this summer. Games start early June. For more information or to purchase tickets, visit TarboroughRiverbandits.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. E&S Hemp Company is the premier CBD store in the area. E&S Hemp has helped hundreds of people with joint pain, anxiety, insomnia, and more. E&S only sells the safest, purest, and most beneficial hemp products on the market. Visit them today on Fire Tower Road near Sam Jones Barbecue or online at eshempcompany.com. And congratulations to Joan Bray of Greenville. She picked up a $40 gift card courtesy of Familia. Get your sports weekend started at Familia. Every Thursday, Familia has $2 drafts all day. Stop by with your friends and family for some New York-style pizza and have an ice-cold $2 draft. Familia, located on Fire Tower Road near Pitt Community College, I should say, and Familia online at familianc.com. Now let's head back into PRL. Here's Clip Brock.
Brandon Manning, a former Pitt Community Bulldog, college Bulldog like myself. Brandon played baseball there.
I did play pretty much at Pitt.
I just roamed the schools, the buildings. They were one win away from making it to the World Series this year, Brandon. Now the Pirates, the other team you were a part of, 2 wins away from making it to Omaha. Mm-hmm. So a lot of success around here in baseball, obviously. Bud Light ECU report brought to you by Bud Light, who reminds Pirate fans to always stay in the game, drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989, and we have given you a lot when it comes to an ECU report today. How about this one? Oh no, what happened? Harold must have just double bogeyed.
Triple bogeyed on the last hole there, Harold Varner.
So HV3 was -1, tied for 41st, looking good. And we blink, and now he is +1 through 16. That hole did not go his way.
He's gotten a lot of attention going into this tournament, too.
Yeah, it feels like
it's one. He can get it back.
Yeah, it's all right. +1 right now through 16, day 1 of this tournament. This is in South Carolina. Bryce Williams had me look up yesterday, where is Ridgeland? It is close to Hilton Head, kind of close to like Savannah, Georgia, down there. So there you go, for anybody curious. And I was looking at it, and Bryce says, I like looking at maps.
I like looking
at maps.
And I was like, you know what? I do too. And so we had a good old time.
I like the old school. I don't like GPS.
I like
the maps.
To pull it out, and it's like the size of your car in there when you stretch it. And just look at the roads, and it's fun. Brandon, you showed me a headline to an article where we're following ECU baseball, what they're going to do in Vanderbilt. But when you have success and you are a successful coach, other schools are looking at that success when they have an opening. And if it's like, the western part of the country, that's one thing. If it's Big Ten or whatever. But when it's LSU, Ole Miss, SEC, start to get a little nervous when it comes to Cliff Godwin. Where are these searches at right now, and where does Cliff Godwin come into play?
Well, LSU's coaches he made the announcement earlier on that he was retiring at the end of the season, and they're playing Tennessee right now. That's probably. I hope that's where all the rambunctious Tennessee fans go to watch baseball and not Vanderbilt. But, O'Sullivan came out a few hours ago and said he turned down the job. He was taking himself out of contention.
He is the Florida coach.
He is the Florida coach. Got ties to a lot of people here in the area and stuff like that, from Virginia or whatnot. But, a great coach, but a young coach. And I looked up the other two guys, and they were all in their 60s. I mean, and I don't think anybody's trying to keep a program established or keep building a program hiring somebody that old, because they don't have that much gas left in the tank. Probably they're not all Jack McKeon.
Was one of those like the former Arizona State coach?
Yeah,
I think who was, and I saw
63.
Yeah, he had just been around the game a long time, won a lot, but
I'm not saying, and I haven't read an article that says they are linked to Cliff, but one would think with the success he's having and his age that he would be the main target for a lot of these SEC guys.
We'll have to, keep a lookout for and hope this coaching carousel and all the dominoes fall with Cliff Godwin staying right here in Greenville. All right, 317-1250 if you'd like to chime in. Mike is on the way to Nashville. Hey, Mike.
Hey, guys. How's everything?
Going good. How are you?
Good. We're 20 miles east of Nashville, 86 degrees, sunny, ready for some Pirate baseball.
Man, that sounds like a lovely thing right there. I hope that weather stays into Friday and Saturday, Mike.
Yeah, that's a good forecast. So we've got a distinguished alumni with us as well here.
Okay.
One of the remaining members of the 1961 National Championship team, Earl Boykin.
Now, he tailgated with me the other night at the game.
Is that right?
Yeah, I helped him out of the. He was in a red SUV parked beside me, and he got in my chair, ate one of my hot dogs.
Okay. Okay, great. That's the guy. He's turning 92 out in Omaha next week. So this is a lead up to a great celebration for a great guy.
A great guy. Look, he showed me the ring he had on, and my son was getting baseball signed by all the players, and he said, "Hey, can you sign my ball too?" And he put one of the longest signatures on a baseball I've ever seen, but it was awesome to have his signature on a baseball.
He gets a kick out of that. It's an honor for him to continue to be recognized. He's a great champion for our baseball program, and he's convinced this is the year.
Here we go. This is it. And with him in attendance, maybe that will be just what the Pirates need. Pull them through.
Are you guys coming out?
We are not. We got Troy D and Jenny from Pirate Radio are out there. We will be watching it here, and we'll have a post-game show basically coming up in studio tomorrow after the game.
I think the 400 or so Pirates that are going to be there are going to, like we do most of the time on the road, we're going to take over the stadium. We're going to be loud, proud, and go Pirates.
Mike, thanks for calling, man. That's awesome. And there with the legend, Brandon, who you did indeed have at your tailgate the other day. That was really cool. And Mike will not be alone, certainly, because we had Brian Dilday and Jared Plummer. They had a podcast recording yesterday, which is available now. Shirley, are we playing that again at 6? That's coming up in about 10 minutes right here if you're listening to our live edition. They're taking the megaphones down there, Brandon. They're going to be fired up. So it should be fun. I don't know if Vanderbilt fans will bring the energy. I know Pirate fans will.
Is it a total sell? Did they sell all their allotment?
Yep, it is a complete sellout on both ends. So there you go.
I think I would put our 400 up against their 3,000 any day of the week.
I agree with you, Brandon. Thanks for hanging out, man.
Sir.
Enjoyed it. We'll talk more baseball with you soon. Shirley, you got something?
Yeah, Brandon. Before you go, because we had this discussion earlier in the show, what kind of cone do you eat with your ice cream? Waffle cone, sugar cone, or cake cone? We're going to go with the top 3 here. So, what would be your preference?
I'll be honest with you. I'm not a dessert eater. So, but if I have to do a cone, it's going to be waffle.
Absolutely, brother.
Y'all suck.
I mean, if I have to, I would rather go straight out of the cup because, I mean, that typically is less messy.
Yeah. Okay. So, flavor of ice cream.
Chocolate chip cookie dough.
Yeah,
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good call.
This Brandon guy, he knows how to eat. What are you looking at?
For those in radio land that could not see the look on Brandon's face, he looked right at Clip when he said that.
Well, he looked more at my gut than anything, but Brandon,
that is outstanding.
Thanks for hanging out. Hey, we're not the same we used to in 1999 or whatever it was.
The good old days. Don't you wish you knew you were living the good old days while you were living them?
The only person that hasn't gained weight is Tyler Allen. He's still the same size he was in
Nobody knows who that is, but yeah, he is a skinny fellow. Second time out, we'll come back, wrap up Pirate Radio Live here on a Thursday. More to go when we return after this.
In sports, if you think joy only happens after you win, think again. Look at the world's most successful athletes like Serena Williams, Brooks Koepka, and Alex Morgan. They don't spend all their days grinding away. They take time to enjoy themselves, like getting together with friends over a Michelob Ultra, because they know that happiness is the key to winning, and that joy is the whole game, not just the end game. Michelob Ultra. 95 calories, 2.6 grams of carbs. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. AB Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Hey Pirate fans, it's time to get that yard done right with the new John Deere mower from Quality Equipment. Our premium lawn care lineup is what every homeowner needs this spring. A John Deere will change the way you mow with easy-to-use attachments, effortless steering, and intuitive controls. Right now, save up to $700 on X300, X500, and X700 series mowers. Learn more at QualityEquip.com and get quality done right. Offer ends 10/29/21. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
For the latest from the world of golf, tune in every Saturday morning from 8 to 10 for the Golf Shop Radio Show, presented by GolfKnickers.com, the world's leader in traditional golf apparel. Hosts Mark Greenhelge and Nat Blanchard talk golf from tee to green and everything in between. If you like golf, you're going to love Golf Shop Radio. Before you tee up, drop on in. Welcome to the Golf Shop.
North Carolina State Parks is proud to announce that they have partnered with the Hometown Strong program. Our visitor centers are now equipped with public Wi-Fi to help kids with school. Remote learning has become a critical public health measure in maintaining social distance and continuing to educate our young people. Take advantage of Wi-Fi and a hike at Goose Creek State Park or a day trip to the beach and access remote learning at Fort Macon State Park. For more information, visit hometownstrong.nc.gov.
If you have family coming over this summer, the last thing you want is your air conditioning to not keep the house cool. Face it, the only thing worse than an irritable mother-in-law is a sweaty mother-in-law. So call Delcor to get ready for summer. For a limited time, put no money down and get 12 months same as cash when replacing an HVAC system. Keep your mother-in-law cool. Everybody will thank you. Go to DelcorInc.com or call 252-321-8868. Delcor, the service professionals.
This is James Greenleaf, the General Manager of Delcor Heating, Coolant, and Plumbing. If you've been holding off on replacing your AC unit, I urge you to make that decision now. The factories have warned all their dealers that HVAC equipment delays will get worse as demand exceeds production capabilities this summer. Don't wait until the peak of the summer heat to get your equipment replaced. Let's get your home ready now. We have great financing options available, including same as cash, no interest, and no payments for 12 months. Call Delcor at 321-8868 or visit us at DelcorInc.com. Delcor, the service professionals.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
Hey, Pirate Nation, Big Ed Watkins here from Ed Watkins Marine. You use the internet to shop for clothes to cars, so why not use it to shop for boats? Get your best price now at Ed Watkins Marine. We are located in Lake Norman, but we will deliver anywhere in North Carolina, from offshore center consoles and bass boats to just cruising or fishing the lakes of the intercoastal waterways. We have something for everyone. Go online now at Ed Watkins Marine and see our selection. Stick with a pirate and shop Ed Watkins Marine for all your next boats.
Pirate Radio.
We'll strap it on with anybody, anywhere. It doesn't matter. I know this. I want to win or lose with the group that we have in our locker room.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. The Tarboro River Bandits are back. Come experience the best collegiate baseball around this summer. Games start early June. For more information or to purchase tickets, visit TarboroughRiverbandits.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Taking a look at your stock market report for today. The Dow was up 19 points at 34,466. NASDAQ was up 145 points at 13,960, and the S&P was ahead 19 at 4,239. That's your Wells Fargo Advisors stock market report. For a personal look into investing, call Wells Fargo Advisors today at 756-6900 in Greenville. Wells Fargo Advisors, LLC, member SIPC. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Brock.
All right, a few more comments from Facebook Live. Steve Hill says Chandler needs a Bible. John Moody says put Chandler in the penalty box the remainder of the show. Kevin says Brandon Manning is the man. I like Brandon. He's a good fella. Very funny. When I was young, I thought Brandon's dad was the funniest guy on earth. And he still might be. All right, Chandler, we are hours away from ECU and Vanderbilt playing baseball in a super regional. But how many days away are we from ECU and App State playing football at Bank of America Stadium? We are going to find out in mere moments as Chandler will walk into the studio with those legs kicking.
The getaway sticks are in full effect.
Look at them getaway sticks.
Don't fall down, Chandler.
What number?
And don't curse.
Did you write a cuss word on the board? That would have been funny.
84 days.
You know, you could do that and not get in trouble.
What?
Write a cuss word on the board. We don't say it. 84 days. 84 days away from kickoff. Next week we'll be into the 70s. Golly, we are getting closer, folks. Not trying to rush away your summer, but get
please
June.
don't rush away my summer just yet.
I'm not going to do that. Just saying, it's coming. All right, fun show today. We'll have a fun one for you on Friday as well, as Mully will be here when we come on the air at 3:00, watching the end of ECU Vanderbilt. We will be having a live watch at noon on Friday. Familia will provide the food. We'll provide the commentary and laughs and fun. So come join us on Facebook Live and on YouTube at noon on Friday as we'll be watching ECU and Vanderbilt. All right, for Shirley Rhodes, for old potty mouth Chandler Honeycutt, I am Clip Brock. We'll see you Friday at 3 and Friday at noon on the Pirate Radio ECU Baseball Watch Along. We'll see you then. So long, everybody.
Thanks for listening to Pirate Radio Live, an exclusive presentation of the voice of the Pirate Nation. This is